Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes, there's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. There's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this Ebonics, this ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on the face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. The kid, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life.
And shalom, shalom. We are the I.S.U.P.K under Commander Yahanna, store of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, teaching blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians that you are the real Jews. We are the real Jews. I'm Preaching Officer Warden of the DC School. Cat Mashak will be teaching class tonight, by the way. So stay tuned. Cat Mashak will be teaching class tonight. But we're going to go ahead and get the class started as it is after 7 p.m. I got Officer Bakwashia in the building with us. We also have Officer Shapat Dayak in the building with us also. Okay, Christ. Who we have online? We have anybody online yet? Joining the stream?
Yes, sir.
Trinidad not on yet?
Not yet, sir.
All right. A lot of interesting topics to go through today. I mean, Cat Mashak will be handling the heavy ones. I just want to say, man, in the coming days, in the coming months, weeks, months, years, you're gonna see a lot of things happening that don't make sense. You know what I mean? In fact, things that have been happening in the past, a lot of things, ideas, and the way black people approach things don't make sense, right? I want you to understand something. When you look at the world and you look at you know, the things that's happening to black people, the decisions they're making, right? I'll give you one, for example. I'm a strong, independent black woman. I don't need a man, right? It don't make no sense in any other culture, right? Single parent households don't make no sense in any other culture. But here's what you have to keep in mind when you see those things happening. Give me Matthew chapter, and this is what I've learned to look at the world through these lenses. And ever since I've looked at the world through these lenses, it makes sense to me. Matthew chapter 26, right? Verse 54.
Matthew 26 and verse 54, sir?
You got it.
26 and 54. But how then shall the scripture be fulfilled?
That's what you need. You understand what I mean? That's what you need when okay. That's what you need when trying to make sense of the world, right? There's things that's about to happen in the world that things have to happen so that it lines up with the scriptures. You understand what I mean? Read it again for me.
But how then shall the scripture be fulfilled?
How then shall the scripture be fulfilled? When you hear people saying, I'm a strong, independent woman, there's something coming behind that. You understand what I mean? When you see all these migrants coming into the country, and you're like, what's happening here? There's something behind that. You understand what I mean? When you see America's laws changing, things happening, there's something behind that. And what you have to understand is it's all lining up to the scriptures being fulfilled. You understand what I mean? When you read when you read the prophecies of very popular prophecies, 7 women will take hold of one man. You know, everyone found shall be thrust through. When you read these type of prophecies, a lot of things has to happen in order to line up with the end result. So that's why I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, a lot of these things are happening, but they have to happen in order for the scriptures to be fulfilled. You understand what I mean? In fact, give me that scripture in Isaiah. You know, in the book of Isaiah. Actually, you know what? Before we even go there, before Isaiah, we haven't reviewed the scripture. No, I haven't. Go to the book of Habakkuk. Give me Habakkuk. And this is the penalty for America, and this is what's coming to it. Give me Habakkuk chapter 2. We're going to read Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5 through 9. And let me know when the brothers get online.
I got Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell.
This is talking about who? The devil. Esau. Shalom, brother. Edomites. You understand what I mean? This is talking about the Edomites. Read it again from the top.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
He is a proud man. You understand what I mean? Go ahead.
Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Neither does he keepeth at home. He enlarges his desire as hell. What does that mean? What does that mean? Neither keepeth at home. He enlarges his desire as hell. Go ahead, Officer Bakwasha.
He's never at home minding his business. He was always out in the streets doing anything to increase his lust.
And what streets?
What you mean?
You say he's always in the streets doing anything. What streets you talking about? Officer Shapat.
Somebody else's streets.
He's a colonizer. You understand what I mean? This is a colonizer. Read again.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
He doesn't stay home. Go ahead.
Who enlarges his desire as hell.
He enlarges his desire as hell. What is he enlarging? He's taking ground. You understand what I mean? And why does it say as hell? Why does it say as hell? In this context. Go ahead, bro.
He make it? That's what he makes it?
No. No, he enlarges his desire as hell. And this is funny because this is how black people talk. If you read how black people talk, you'll get it quick. Read it again.
Who enlarges his desires as hell.
What are you talking about?
He's doing, sorry.
Go ahead.
He's making quick work of it. You know what I'm saying? Doing, you know, all manner of wickedness. You know, he's making his kingdom greater fast.
Fast, but as hell meaning he's taking a lot of territory that don't belong to him. You understand what I mean?
Okay.
Hell doesn't get satisfied. That's what you have to remember. Hell or death does not say I've had enough. You understand what I mean? Death will never tell you I had enough. It always has room for a little bit more. You understand what I mean? That's him. He never says, you know what, I've conquered enough. Nah. He wants some more. He wants more territory. He wants more land. That's him. All right, go ahead.
Okay. And is as death and cannot be satisfied.
He cannot be satisfied. Right? Go ahead, Shapat.
It's like the precept of Obadiah when he said it's a thief, you know, when the thief
Exactly.
have his field, you know.
Right, go ahead.
But gathereth up into all nations. It's like gathereth unto him all nations.
He does what?
But gathereth unto him all nations.
If you try to understand why these migrants are coming into the country, read it again.
Gathereth unto him all nations.
Or why are these migrants coming to compete with us for our jobs? Read it again.
Gathereth unto him all nations.
He gathers to him all nations, man. That's how he survives. You think you mad at these poor migrants because his strategy is he destroys their land and then he opens the door for them to come here with hopes of a better future. You mad at a father and a mother who wants a better future for their children because you was not mad when they was destroying their land. You was not mad when they was setting up drug deals and cartels in the land of the Venezuelans. You understand? I mean, you was not mad when they were destroying the people of Haiti. But you're mad that they're coming over here in droves. The first thing you have to ask yourself, why are they leaving their homes and coming here? Why are they leaving their homes and going into the UK? It's just because, I guess, can I say white people? White people just runs governments better? That's what you think? No. Their strategies, they destroy other people's lands and then gather the people to themselves. It's a form of slavery. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Shapat.
So like I said, where they live at is more, tropical weather. It's beautiful. Like,
right.
The water is more clear. They wouldn't want to move over here. They had to. I wouldn't.
Esau's style is warfare. Even when he smiles at you. You know, Jake, if he don't rock with you, he don't rock with you. Esau will still smile. He could hate your guts. He walk past you on the street, smile. That fake smile. You understand what I mean? He's going to do it. Even though he hates you in his heart. You understand what I mean? He's going to smile, walk past you, and then call the cops and say, I think his tags are expired. That's him. You understand what I mean? Keep reading. Actually, Shapat, if you could take up the reading for Officer McQuasher, please. Tell me where you was at, Officer McQuasher. The book of Habakkuk 2 and 5. Go ahead.
Book of Habakkuk.
chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations.
Go ahead.
And heapeth unto him all people.
He heapeth unto him all people, right? Go ahead.
Okay.
Now, this is what I was bringing out the scripture earlier and say, how else will the scripture be fulfilled? You understand what I mean? Because there's certain things that have to happen. And where he has to be, as the scripture says, be caught in his own cunning. That's in the scriptures. I'm paraphrasing. He'll be caught in his own cunning. But how does that happen? He has to do the foolish thing by thinking he's going to bring slaves here. You understand? Keep reading.
Oh, gosh. Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
Shall not these, who are the these? Go ahead.
The nations he gathered.
The nations he gathered onto him. Will they not take a parable against him and a proverb against him and say what?
And say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
What did he increase that is not his? The lands. Yes, I mean they're gonna look at him as so. For a while, we've had, especially Israel, has had a veil over their faces. You know that scripture, right? We've had a veil over our face where we couldn't see what's happening, but that veil has been removed. And these Haitians and these Venezuelans and these Issacharites or Mexicans and all these brothers and sisters are going to start to see what has happened on the earth. You understand me? They're going to start to see what has happened on the earth, and they're going to say that proverb. You understand me? What's the proverb they're going to say? Read for me, brother.
Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Woe to him that increases that which is not his. Keep reading.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Go ahead.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be.
Salaki, brother. With that, we'll pass the class over to the priest and captain, Mashak Mayam.
What we looking like a warrior? Oh shit, it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow. Be careful. We ain't got no pages in the house, right? Ain't nobody use pages no more, right? I don't know what the hell them Muslims thinking. They probably just watch The Wire. Some of them think they Barksdales. The rest of them think they Omar. I don't know what the hell going on with them fools. Go ahead, priest. They got them pages on Temu. Them is the real Alibaba pages. They get them pages off of Alibaba. No sweat. You do your thing. Do your thing. To water, to a warrior. Bukwash. We'll try these again. All right, if you don't mind. So we're looking like what questions you was answering? Asking.
We're going through back to chapter 2, verse 5 through 9. In regard to the migrants.
Mike for the audience, sorry.
In regard to the migrants that are
you ain't got to hold it down or do nothing. You just plug it in. It should be to all right. You could pass the mic back to a warrior. And kill this one, all right, Bukwash? Let's see how it will do with this one this week. No, it's to what? I probably need it to what?
Yes, so we're burning the book of chapter 2, verse 5 through 9, regarding the migrants.
Right.
And was basically using it to show, was using the scripture that says, how else will the scriptures be fulfilled? to make it make sense as to why these things are happening.
You mean the whole lie with Trump and the eating of the animals and stuff like that?
Well, the whole migrants coming from Venezuela, from Haiti, and from different parts of the earth into America.
Okay.
You know, and why it's happening from a biblical standpoint.
Okay. Okay. Where you was at with it?
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5 through 9.
All right, let's get there. All right, whoever have it.
It's like when we start from verse 6, verse 5.
Good question. Let me get the water in the cup. Just one water in a cup.
Okay.
All right, I might have some videos for that migrant. You probably ain't want to clip it out. Just hold it. Just if you need it, just leave it on your thing. Just make sure the mic is facing you. Speak into it.
Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Right, just that's for sure a devil. That's what you was bringing out, the warrior. Like he's the oppressor. He transgressed by wine. What does that mean? Y'all don't watch this. So this is older than all y'all. What does that mean? Go ahead, brother.
When he drunk, he really on.
Yeah, like he transgressed like a drunk man. You get the point? Like how a drunk man or a drunk woman would they get when they lit and do things and not even fully conscious of how bad that thing you're doing is. And after, of course, you have an explanation for every damn thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have an explanation for it. But he get drunk with whatever, with power, with emotion, with everything. And that's how he transgressed it. You get the point? Okay. And you see any oppressor, that's how they operate. That oppressor who pulled over Tyreek Hill, he was like that. The one who was overly aggressive. He was it's like 6 of them. What do you think? This nigga gonna outrun them? It's like 6 of them, but he's just he's overdoing it with the transgression. Right? Go ahead. Go ahead, Warren.
Could you use a precept for that? The scripture that says Babylon, she's drunk with the blood
of the saints. Yeah, you could use that. She drunk with the blood of the saints. You could use drunk with the wine of her fornication. Right. You could use that too. Go ahead. Okay, no sweat. He had a question or something? Oh, yeah, announce people who coming on and all. If they come on, they come on. No sweat. To water too. They drunk with whatever it is. You get the point? But it's not specifically speaking about drunk with this here in this case, but it's giving you an analogy of how things is. Go ahead.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Right? He's a proud man. Proud as could be. Neither he keep it at home. What does that mean? Yo, there was a pen over here, right? Anybody have it? Or an extra one? I believe. No sweat. I know we be buying pens all the time. Them pens is like forks in Israel, boy. Them forks is under them kids' bed. Them pens just keep going away. Do you need it for the thing? All right, no sweat. To water. Yeah. Go ahead. Keep where you was at. Oh, you need one?
The pen that you're talking about, I think.
No, it don't matter. I just need one. It don't really matter which one. But I know there usually is a stack of them there. Go ahead. Oh, shit, I have it out there.
Who enlargeth his slot?
No, what is he's a proud man and doesn't keep at home? What is that in reference to? Warrior, you gotta pass the mic. You'll forgive me. There's a holder for it. I can't locate it right now. It's easier to pass. All right.
He's a colonizer, sir.
Say again.
He's a colonizer.
That's really what you walk into. Somebody who wouldn't stay in the place. You have a place you could stay in, and that's yours. But you would not keep there. You would not stay there and maintain there. You want to go every which way you could. You get the point? Go ahead.
If I could, and I believe, would this precept work also? If I'm a paraphrase, if there's trouble, he's the first one there.
No, It could, but I wouldn't use it because there's trouble here and he here. You get the point? Him not keeping at home is, you know what, you could. You definitely could. You could use it like if trouble befall thee, he's right there. You could use it. I would more use this one as, him, go ahead.
It's like in the sense that I always used to think when I was younger, like, dang, are we the police for the world or something? Like, why are we always in everybody's business?
Listen, they made a movie called America World Police. I don't know if you ever seen that shit.
Nah.
Oh, you Team America World Police. You need to go watch that shit. I'm trying to tell you, boy. You need to go watch Team America World Police, brother. It's a like clay puppet type animation shit. But it came out just around the time when Kim Un-jong, just when North Korea just started acting up this last time around. Not with this new one. The new one is the son. The one who was before him. Right? It came out remember all that time when they had talks about assassinating the leader of North Korea and all that time? Around that time. Team America World Police. And boy, they put the whole spirit of America just going everywhere. And really the world belongs to America. You know what would go better with this one on Warrior? Not so much the trouble part, but he's a vagabond. Like he's a vagabond, really in spirit. Like he'll just go squat anywhere and let some time pass. This is his. Right. Then he goes somewhere else. Let some time pass. This is his. This is his. He just goes on, and it's like he doesn't give a damn who's there or who's not there because he's so damn proud. He's so proud, and he's drunk with his emotion and his spirit and his feeling and how he feels. So now, if he feels like this plot of land is good for him, whoever is there, it's not really theirs. They're just holding it for him. Or they're there so that he can exercise his manifest destiny, which is what they believe in, which means this was here for me to take, and you was here for me to take it from you. That was God's plan. That's what they believe. You get the point? Go ahead. Oh, Slakia. Bukwash?
No, I was just playing the commercial for Team America.
Oh, hell, listen, be careful with the tour because I know what the copyright situation is with it. But brother, if you want to really, Team America hit it on the head. Hit it on the head. You get the point? So that's it. Any more on it?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
It says he enlargeth his desire as hell.
Constant.
He enlarges his desire as destruction. Like how destruction is. Whatever he wants, he magnifies that thing. There's nothing. He was who was talking to today about that? I think it was you, Warren. I think me and you was talking today about how the average Israelite, when we make a plan for something, we are limited by our resources. We was talking about that bombing with the pagers and stuff like that. Because who the hell would think about intercepting a package, a pagers? Like, because who the hell using pagers today? I don't know what you on if you still using a pager, nigga. Because now where's the phone you're gonna call from? Go back and call after you get the pager, so you're gonna pick up the cell phone and call. It don't make even sense to even use the pagers. So who using the pagers? Of course, the Arabs is trying their best to evade this oppressor, and we're not on either side. Just to be clear, it's just good TV for all of us. So they intercept this package of pagers and put how much ounces on a warrior or grams or something?
Between 20 to 53 grams.
Between 20 to 53 grams of TNT behind the battery in each pager. Now that's some serious drug dealing skills right there. He got scales and scales and scales. 2 Chainz ain't got scales like that, brother. He measured it out to a T and put that in there and then put the shipment right back on track to get delivered to Hezbollah and to destroy the Hezbollah network in Lebanon, which means everybody who in that network gained the pages and blow everybody up. People lost eyes, arms, private areas. Like that's somebody who, read it again.
And who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Listen, he enlarged his desire as hell. Like I'm mad as hell. This nigga high as hell. He's the devil as hell. Like he enlarging his desire. His desire was to destroy these people. And he sit down with his think tanks and they come up with this idea, this elaborate idea. And brother, we can't think of something like that because we don't have the resources to do something like that. We talking about what, about 3,000 pages, they said? Or 5,000? Come on.
Turns out we're buying baby oil with our resources.
Damn. Damn. Shalom. God damn, Diddy. Diddy, damn, Diddy, boy. Shit. Right now, Johnson & Johnson stock is going down. I'm trying to tell you. Before, they're going to have to change the name to something else. Something else, change the bottle. They're going to stop making baby oil. It's just going to be oil. Some kind of oil. But Diddy done damage. Anybody buying baby oil right now, you go to the cashier and he or she gonna do this. Beep. Beep. Yeah, you gotta buy baby oil in a brown bag like it was liquor. You get the point? So they could imagine things because they have so much resources. Right. We can't even begin to think there because half of the stuff we want to do, we don't have the resources for it. So we get creative. We get creative with the stuff we want to do. They don't get creative. They just imagine something and they have the resources for it. You get the point? I think about the pastimes of this oppressor. You ever see NASCAR racing? NASCAR racing is eternal left turns, infinite left turns around the same track. How is this even, they might say it's racing, but then you have the Formula One, the Grand Prix, where they're actually going on a route somewhere. It's, but this is just left. And they have a huge crowd for that. And I'm like, how in the hell is this a sport? Like, who's spending money on this shit? Because I don't get it. I don't get what's the skill. What is it? Just go left again, left. Like, what is we even talking about with this thing? But they have a tremendous amount of resources that they could let's just run a race right around here in circles. Who could make the fastest circle wins? They have the resources for that, brother. And that's him. He could, whatever he imagined it, he expand it, he make it big. His desire, he expands far and wide. You get the point? You was going to say something? Go ahead. Any more?
Come on, sir. And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Mm-hmm. Say it again.
Come, sir. But gathereth unto him.
But cannot be one.
Come. And cannot be satisfied.
And he cannot be satisfied.
Shalaki, I mispronounced.
Go ahead.
Shalaki. Desire as hell and is as death.
And is as death. I ain't got to explain that to him.
Come.
Right? That's him. That's the oppressor. His desire is as death and is expanded. Go ahead.
Come. And cannot be satisfied.
And he cannot be satisfied. That's the so-called white man. That's the oppressor. There's no end. What goes with this? And he cannot be satisfied. What goes with this?
Oh, like I said earlier, in Obadiah, when it said when a thief, wouldn't he get his enough?
Mm-hmm.
But he can't get enough.
Exactly. Like wouldn't they leave something?
Right.
Wouldn't they leave something in Obadiah? You know what everybody know what I'm talking about? Young brother, you know what I'm talking about? Give me Obadiah verse 4.
Come, sir. Book of Obadiah.
Right, hold on. Yeah, and you know it. you ain't got to go, goddamn. Yeah, I mean, We're going to have to start to make some proverbs about Diddy. I want all you creative brothers, get some good proverbs. Damn, did he know? Did he do it? Go ahead. You want to go ahead and read it? Go ahead, try verse 4.
Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle,
Mm-hmm.
and thou settest thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down.
Right. That's of course talking about the oppressor going with his space programs. This was a prophecy that that verse there specifically prophesies the downfall of America. Right. It said, read it again from the top.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Mm-hmm. Though you exalt yourself as the eagle, the symbol of America is what? The eagle. The eagle has landed. You know, I mean, the eagle on the side of USPS, just the bald eagle. Everything is the eagle. Go ahead.
Thou set thy nest among the stars.
Right. Go ahead.
Thence will I bring thee down.
Right. He set his nest among the stars. You do your thing. Set his nest among the stars. It meaning what? When they went to the moon, they said what? The eagle has landed. Right. So now he make his nest among the stars. You get the point? He made his nest among the stars. The Bible says, "From then will I bring thee down."
And if I could, so that's the same year that I.S.U.P.K was started.
69. Give that a hand. You get the point? Give that a hand. Even if you all get time, I don't know if they have this available for everybody anymore, but I did catch about three seasons of it or 2 seasons of it. CNN had a series that went by the decades. I think the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. And if you was able to survive through the whole series, you got to see the evolution of everything from civil rights, the feminist movement, the trip to the moon, everything, the Cold War, everything that was going on. You got to see it in a compact way from a journalist perspective. So, they're giving you a whole ton more information than you would normally get. And in one of those installments, I believe it was the 70s or the 80s. It was either in the 70s or right at the beginning of the season. That's the 80s. It said that it seems like we've lost our country, referring to the decade of the century of the 70s. Right? They was interviewing different people, and they was like, it seems like the country's going to hell. We've lost our country. And this is right after what Woodstock and the whole the beginning of that crack epidemic, the whole hippie thing. And a lot of staunch stoic Americans viewed that period of they're beginning to lose their country. The feminist movement was on a rise at that time too. Civil rights had done grown legs. And it's right after that period of going to the moon. But they say it right there. It's verbalized real clear that this was a general consensus then among a good few people. So that scripture there is actually real and live. Of once you do that, then will I bring thee down. And America's been falling ever since, really. You get the point? If you look historically at it, it's like they ain't the same from the white man's perspective, which is why make America great again. You get the point? Grab the mic from the brother, right?
Slide if I miss it.
It's so heavy is
Somebody say something?
Slag, yeah, Officer Zach was saying something.
Okay, give me 1 second, because I'm gonna come to it. Go ahead.
Because when we was up in New York for the Hebrew Academy, the Command General Yahanna was doing was given it was a documentary, and Command General Yahanna was getting an interview, and he was saying, when the school started in '69, but it really kind of took off in the '80s, and it was just coinciding with what you're saying. But
I'm trying to tell you that's if you could get to binge watch that series, CNN. It doesn't have I can't remember the exact name, but it went through the decades. It'd be like CNN special, the 50s. Then the next season was CNN special, the 60s, then the 70s, then the 80s, all the way up to the 90s. And brother, if you could watch the whole thing and really scope out what's going on, it show you a whole evolution that was happening in America. And you'll start to link things together being in the truth. You know what I mean? Because go ahead, Priest.
Kawakan, sir, what you're saying is so heavy, sir. I seen that documentary, and just somebody that's fascinated with history, a lot of old school Americans always credit the 60s as the last great American decade. Like that's the last time that's it. After the 60s, it was the downfall of America.
It was the downfall. Yep. Go check out that series if you all had time and watch it out, and you'll start to see that it starts really coinciding with the whole thing. Go ahead.
Kind of, so like I said, the series is called the decades, like the 60s,
the decades,
the 70s, the 80s, and it just goes all the way.
It just goes all the way up. You go check it out. It's a good little scope. Now they ain't gonna tell you every single thing, but it's a good little bird's eye view, a little window into seeing what happened and how things evolve. And they're pairing it up with simultaneous events that you probably would have never put together, just going through history on your own or from your memory. But it's from a truth standpoint, it's a good watch. All right. What else we dealing with? Any more?
Verse 6.
Yeah, if you want. If there's any questions, let me know too, Bakwash.
Verse 6.
Oh, no, Salakia. We ain't finished with this. What's the one I was looking for? Obadiah. Okay. What's the verse 1? Probably 6 or 7? 5 is the very next verse. Salakia, to water. Keep reading out.
If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they have had enough?
Right. If thieves came to you, if robbers came by night, he said, how would you be cut off? Wouldn't they just have taken till they had enough? Like that's what the Bible says. The Bible says even a thief coming to you, he's gonna he coming for something, and it's that thing. If he's a jewel thief, or he coming for money, he breaking in your house for your TV, breaking in your car for guns, whatever. You know, he'll just take till he had enough. Keep reading.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
If the grape gatherers come, if they come to raid your plantation or your farm, wouldn't they just take, just enough they could carry, they could survive, and just leave that? A warrior? So go ahead.
A thief or a grape gatherer, they go and get out of necessity. They're gonna take what they need.
That's what a thief used to be.
Okay.
The thief done evolve right now. A thief ain't nothing necessary no more. I'm trying to tell you. You could go on the internet right now and just, time lapse your toenail growing and become a millionaire. the thief ain't thieving for necessity no more, brother. I'm trying to tell you that. Go ahead.
Okay.
If that's the case, we're talking about petty crime, a purse snatcher, a mugger.
Right.
But a thief, you break it in my house with the new Jordans, nigga, in a Charger, a Hellcat waiting on the corner, and you coming to steal from me. What is necessary? This pump action, that's necessary. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Good. This Mossberg is necessary.
No, that's why the Lord would even have laws for those type of thief in the past, because they would still like to feed their family. That's why the Lord had laws on how to deal with them specifically.
And even in the law, it says if he steals to feed himself.
Right.
If that's what it is, if it's consideration, it's context of something.
Like
the Lord ain't gonna punish you if you need to eat.
Right.
You get the point. You need to eat. You done took some grapes off of mine. You done steal a pie. That's why you've seen a lot of old movies. People would go by and they're selling goods in the street. Some person distract the other person, put the bread under their thing, and they're gone. Cause that's it. But boy, the thieves nowadays is after the oppressor. Right. They come in just to take the shit, and that's that. Okay. Go ahead.
Slap door. Just to bring it in mind, the Lord just had it so if you had a harvest, you can't even cut the edges of it, so you could feed the people who need
the gleanings, right? That's called the gleanings, right? And even that is not even for the thief. Wow. That's just for people who hanging around, people who might even work for you and need some extra besides what you're giving them. That ain't for so much so the thief. You get the point? That's just for anybody who could come and take. It would prevent a thief, but that ain't even for them so much. But this here is a whole different scenario. Go ahead.
How are the things of Esau searched out?
And but even a robber come to you by night, he gonna take what he could. A thief comes to the vineyard and steal grapes from you. He gonna take just what he need. But Esau, how are his things searched out? How could you even understand him? Because he's coming to take everything from you. He'll take the hinges, he'll take the screws in the damn door, he'll take the lock, he'll rip the carpet up, he'll take everything from you. He'll steal you. He'll steal you. Ask your forefathers, ask the native first peoples.
Right.
He'll steal you. He'll steal your identity. He'll steal your culture. He'll become you. Like, that's how far he will go. And that's why his what says his imagination? What it says, Shapat? What's reading in Michael? Habakkuk, Salaki. What's the verse before where it says his desire? His desire is expanded because he'll steal everything. You know, Israelite, listen, we are not like him. You hear this lottery and Powerball, right? The last one was 700 and something million. Boy, oh boy. You believe you me, I was juggling numbers out. I ain't gonna lie to you. These purple faggots will sell you out for $2,000. I'll get that 700 million and take 50 grand for myself. Y'all can have the rest. I'm telling you straight up and down. I know how to make money stretch out. But even Israelites, they'll be like, I just need 1 million. I'll need just give me 100,000. I'm good. That's how we are. We hear that kind of money. It's like, damn, that's a lot. I don't need so much. The oppressor, 800 million. Now, if it was double that, he wants to exceed that thing. Like with him, there's no understanding. Somebody had that? Go ahead.
No, sir. To your point, can you imagine this? It's 2024, and he's still robbing Haiti.
Exactly. Still, till this day. And only recently, the world found out that Haiti actually had resources.
Right.
Everybody just thought, this is a poor country with nothing. They push the whole thing with the mud cakes and just showing Haiti in a way where it's like, damn, they ain't got nothing. Come to find out, Haiti got, buku resources. So this oppressor, him and his desire is way beyond anything you could imagine. Go ahead.
Slide, sir. Just like you're saying, everybody's pushing, not everybody, but the oppressor is pushing that Haiti, is just this poor country that has nothing and is, it's a crappy country. But every Levite that I've met, that was born on the island or had coming back and forth to the island would tell me that it's a paradise. I'm like, how? I don't understand. Why is everybody why is Levi saying that it's a paradise? But all the images I see from the oppressor is bad. And then they showed me what it looked like. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, brother, you've everything you've seen about Haiti is probably 2 streets. I'm telling you, it's straight up and down. Every image you've ever seen, you're not living there, so you don't know. But just how many of y'all watch the news in this area, the DMV news, whether it's ABC 7, Fox 5, whatever? Ain't it the same goddamn streets every time once it's in a certain area? It's the same street. They ain't showing every part of the place. But you think about it, you from outside, you'd be like, man, this place, Chicago is this. They're showing a certain area. And brother, we went to Chicago many times, and it's not what they're showing. You get the point? Like the oppressor, he's going to do that so he could steal everything himself. He don't need you there. You get the point? Come on.
There's a comment online.
God, come on with it.
From Caesar Borgia.
You're the devil.
He says, free my nigga Diddy. He ain't done sugar honey iced tea.
I got you. Shit. Just go join him in jail. You right? Go ahead.
That's it, sir.
Any more? We good? So that's the precept there, brother. That's what would go with where the brother was at about, this oppressor doesn't There's no filling. He's never satisfied with anything. He always wants more, always need more, always needs something to be, he want to squeeze out the efficiency out of everything, the last drop, every single thing. Something I was watching today on a production line, and now they have 3D imaging of whatever is being shipped, and it's on a conveyor belt. And it stops to take the 3D imaging. Then it just goes like 2 feet away. And under the conveyor belt is another part of the factory, the production line, that cuts a box with the exact size of this, whatever they're shipping. So it's no longer a big box with a ton of plastic foam and bubble wrap in there. You getting it tight, exact. Why? He'll tell you it's to make it more efficient for you, smaller package, blah, 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 blah. But he don't want to spend no money on a bigger box and the packaging and this and that. He's doing it so he could just skim off more off the top. He's lowering that bottom line so he increases his profit margin, because all he wants to do is take. Now, if that's the case, you know how much, help you could provide to the whole world, the whole nation of people, if you change how you think. All that technology you done creating, that could help somebody. But your desire, it's not going to be that. It's absolutely not going to be that. You get the point? Any more? Mm-hmm. You have some chapter. What's going on, huh? Good. Hey, that computer got to be louder than that. It's louder now? I can hear you a little better now. We're working with the sound engineer. Don't worry about it. I'll do like them old school rappers and fire the DJ live. Right? So we good to go, or we need some more? Say again? That's about it? A little bit more? Come on with it then.
Verse 6.
No, I think we're going back here, right? I think we're good with Obadiah.
Right.
All right, so what are two?
Verse 6. Shall not, Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb?
No sweat.
And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him?
Where is this? Habakkuk? It's a good ass scripture. Like that, there's Esau for sure. Like he's heaping everybody onto him until everybody becomes a problem.
Sir, if I could
grab the mic there.
And this explains what's happening with the migrants that's coming over.
Exactly.
That's in the end. These people are the same people who are turn on him. Exactly.
And the migrants ain't just coming over. Somebody's telling them to come. The general brought it out months ago. They ain't just, putting an apple in a knapsack with a stick and having high hopes like what they will show you on the damn TV. Somebody is giving them contracts. You all know all them little scooters in DC, right? That you see these tribes riding around with. You look at them closely. Any of them have license plates? How is it they're not getting stopped? Not that I wish it, but I'm observing what's going on. Full helmets, everything, new bikes. Until I get to find out, there's a program, federal funding, that they could just go put a name on and they get a brand new scooter so they could work. Somebody is telling them, come do these jobs, Zach. There's a video I'm going to send you shortly, brother. I'm going to ask for permission to go down there and, do something real old school. But, brother, I saw a video with a brother violating another brother this week in DC, brother, and it sent me the wrong way. That's how I know I will not get approved to go down there and do what I want to do. So, just go to camp and teach. Just teach. What the hell do you think you are? You think you're the FBI? I already know it's going to come down. Go ahead. Who the Yahanna? Go ahead.
Sloggy, sir. First of all, Their license plate is 29cc on every last one of them.
Something CC.
They crossing all in front of everything.
I know I don't CC them all the goddamn time. And it be pissing me off as I'm trying to turn. I don't CC none of them. Go ahead,
It's like, so, you know, the companies like Dole, who, you know, with the fruit, they getting them over here. They tell them to come over here to pick the fruit. You know what I'm saying? So we can have our salads for cheap.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You're right. Wait, I'm gonna send it to your messenger.
Concert.
Okay, no sweat. Get a warrior on the mic. Your messenger or DC messenger?
Mine, sir.
Okay, no sweat.
What you're saying so heavy, sir, because that's exactly what the scripture's saying. That's why the scripture says he gathers all nations unto him. He making it like they coming to him and they just jumping the walls and coming
that's
here
not true.
illegally when he's gathering them onto him.
He's doing it. He's doing it. I got a tape right here to prove everything I'm saying. Bukwash is about to play it. Right? And this is a brother from Venezuela, which is the tribe of Asher. Right? And this brother does deliveries on the same mopeds I'm talking about. Right? Have his helmet, bike, everything. He working. And he's really fresh in DC. Speaks zero English, zero English. He working through the app, right? And if you live in DC, it might sound foreign or funny to somebody who ain't, you know, on the ground in DC, but there's a lot of delivery people who are from the Hispanic tribes or the Spanish-speaking tribes that really don't speak no English because they come straight off, you know, wherever. And the app, everything is designed for them in Spanish. They have pause it for a second. They got customer support in Spanish, everything. And really, they just come to drop because, you know, the apps now, it's no face-to-face thing, the delivery shit. They show up, take a picture of the damn door, take a picture of the shit right there, push a button, they're gone. There's no need to learn English to talk to nobody. It's good to learn it. It's good to learn languages, but the necessity is no longer there. Right? So this brother, he went to some coffee shop, some stinking coffee shop down Florida Avenue to pick up a delivery, right? And just listen to how this coon begins to berate him. I'm praying he's an Ethiopian so I can pray all the Lord's judgment on him, but I'm not too sure if he's Ethiopian or not. So for now, we'll take it as a brother. This brother begins to act like he's Donald Trump up in that shop, brother. And I'm going to beg and plead for permission to just go down there for a cup of coffee. That's all I want. Just a cup of coffee. Just make it right. Go ahead. Play it nice and low.
In America, you can learn it. Learn English. Learn it. You getting money in America? This isn't you getting money in America. Learn English. I don't give a fuck. Learn it. Learn it. You riding on the roads? Learn English. About that shit. Learn English. Learn English. Learn English. Learn English. This ain't your fucking country. This ain't your fucking country. Learn English. Learn English. This ain't your.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. This could be an Ethiopian who, just like Nipsey Hussle, just lives somewhere where brothers are. Right? Come. I think this is an old weed spot too. One of them, you know, quote unquote medical marijuana bullshit, something kind of whatever. But the news says a coffee spot. That's what we're going with. So now you have something like this here. This brother is not here illegally. The news interviewed him. He said he's here from Venezuela recently, and he's signed up. He has a job. He's legit. He's working to send money back home to Venezuela. What's going on in Venezuela? Who knows? Who got it for me?
Is it oil?
A little bit more than that. Shapat, you could clip this back here for me. Pass the mic to whoever else, all right?
Sure.
Go ahead, Priest.
A U.S.-backed coup currently, right now.
And ongoing. Break it down some more.
Kawakan, sir. The U.S. tried to back Guaido against Maduro. And ever since, yeah, Khan, sir. And I remember you went into this a class not too long ago. But pretty much the U.S. is sowing division and chaos in Venezuela, just like they've done all throughout Central and South America. And they're trying to cause division and bring the country down I believe Venezuela was the place where it was dollars all over the ground, Venezuelan dollars on the ground because they were useless. So the U.S. pretty much destabilized the country of Venezuela. That was the U.S. and direct intervention, which is why Venezuela is in shambles right now. That's pretty much all I know about it.
Now, listen, that's been going on a while. It's probably going on for the last 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer, right? The direct coup. But this recent fallout, it's not any news anymore, but Venezuela there's riots in the streets again. And it's because the report is that there's CIA and FBI operatives in there to assassinate Maduro. That's the most recent reports out of Venezuela. And somehow America works its propaganda, and now the public is now starting to turn on Maduro, which before that wasn't the case. Before, the public supported Maduro because Maduro was the second installation of Chavez. Remember, Chavez was down there, and Chavez was the one who was saying, I smell smoke, that means the devil is around, talking about George Bush, because he knew they was coming to rape the country. And he put Maduro in, and Maduro equally is pushing on back on America, pushing all the way back on America, and they wrecked the country over it because they wanted to install this devil named Guaido, all right? And the people was not going for Guaido. So they stretched it out. This was talking about 2018, 19. So now you got COVID come through, all of this, and now there's a whole new push again. And it seems like Maduro losing ground. So this brother, like many other Latino countries, he came over here. And remember, now the migrant thing, all he was hearing is what? Haiti, Mexicans, maybe El Salvadorians. As far south as Venezuela, you ain't just, wake up one day and hitchhike on a train. You ain't just did that. That's and even if you do it, you ain't getting no moped and getting no app and no phone to work without somebody opening the door for you. And that's how this brother gets here, because America is trying to destabilize the region to go combat BRICS. That's why they want Venezuela, because Venezuela is also part of the BRICS empire. Go ahead, Bukwash, you was gonna say something?
Yeah, Constance Slager. Our watcher says assassination attempt on Maduro. Yep. 3 Americans were blamed for the presidential chaos.
Yep, the assassination attempt on Maduro. This is the second one. The first, probably more than 2. I know a few years ago, he was giving a public address. They had a drone fly a bomb straight into where he was, and the drone blew up before time. Right? They tried to assassinate Chavez before him. You get the point? Like, this thing is, they're playing for keeps, Zach. They ain't, this is not, he ain't playing Monopoly. He playing real life for keeps, and he will not keep at home. You get the point? So now this brother is here like many other brothers and sisters. You see them, and it's a whole family, because most times the husband riding the bike, the wife on the back holding on, and she got the phone, and she either going live on Instagram, probably promoting what the hell they're doing, shooting content, because now people making money, or giving them directions with the GPS. And he pull up, she jump off the back, she run up to the door, boom, get a package, ring the bell, take the picture, push deliver, back on the back of the bike, and they gone. They working. What's the damn problem? You have a coffee shop, nigga. He ain't taking your job. What's your problem? Go ahead.
So I was always wondering about the females on the back. Like, is this a date going on? I ain't even.
Hell yeah, it's a date. It's probably the most romantic thing you'll ever see right now. We gonna make it. You can't remember Trey Songz? All I got is $1 on a dream. All right then. Yeah, amigo, hola, whatever. She on the back there, brother, and they're working. They're working together. They have a community that they all pull up, park their bikes next to each other. They're working out. What's your problem? He can't speak no English. Before you're so goddamn stupid. Before you look to befriend the brother and make some friends with him, because why? If it's business we do, and he got to know people who like coffee. He got to know people who like coffee. He got to know people who would refer. You start thinking outside the box. But you're so caught up in the white man's behind, you decide to turn on your brother. The video is disgusting, brother, and this shit. Maybe I shouldn't ask permission. Maybe I should just go down there and then get checked after. I think that might work. That might work. The Lord might be with me with this one.
Hey, Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, please.
I think you might be right in the way you called it. I'm looking at this cat's side profile, and he looked like that heathen Myron on the Fresh and Fit. He looked like
That's
that
what I'm saying.
Moroccan, yeah, Somalian or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. The vibe on him right now, and the accent is gonna fool you, but you remember the world is now a global village. The world isn't like what it was before, where you could hear somebody talk and you know that's where they're from. You get the point? The world is a global village, so you really have to look a little bit further than what they're saying. You got to look at the whole vibe on them. And I ain't really never ever met a Judite who was so vocal towards the tribes. They might say it, sideways in a corner, but to do that on camera, knowing in the age we're in, either this whole thing is staged or that is a heathen trying to impress the white people, the gentrifiers who moved in on Florida Avenue, who come there for coffee. You get the point? That's what my money is on. Is this is a heathen? I'm telling you straight up and down. I don't think I ain't claiming that one so quick, Akim. I ain't claiming y'all is like, yeah. So I ain't too sure. Hold up now. Like we in the age where Israel is ready to put Kamala Harris in office over not messing with the devil. Just remember that. We in that age right now. I ain't seeing this here. This that type of thing he talked there. If he's not an oppressor, he's the worst kind of Israelite. The very, very worst kind. Somebody had that up? Go ahead.
Concerts. Like our watcher says, he said, check the forehead out of one. And then he said,
he had on a hat, Arawadia. Listen, I did the whole thing. Y'all think I'll be studying everything y'all saying, or the nigga had on a hat, and I'm saying nigga like we say, it's a reference for a man, not he a brother. You get the point? But he had on a hat. I watched the video over and over, and I couldn't understand. And the news blur his face. You know what I mean? We got this video separately with his face fully on there, and I'm like, I can't believe he went this far. He assaulted the brother as well. I don't know if you see it yet, where he slapped the thing on his chest, the delivery package. He brought the bag back and said, "Here, learn English," and slapped it on his chest, and followed the brother out the store. I'm trying to tell y'all just get ready, You know what I mean? We ain't got to go to camp to go to camp. That's what I'm saying. Y'all like coffee? I like coffee. All right, you play some more of that video.
It's like,
listen, listen. I ain't drinking it though. I might spill it, but I ain't drinking it.
He says our watcher says, is he saying that about the Chinese carry-outs who don't speak English?
Come on. Nah, they ain't doing that. The push right now is to hate Israel. And of course, the oppressor is the one who is bringing everybody over. The oppressor is the one who is making a way for everybody to come, even Levi. He's making a way for everybody to come over. It's spilled? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm spilling it. We ain't drinking. Yeah, I mean, we ain't buying the coffee to drink, Negro. You want to get famous, you're going to get real famous. The video going viral now, of course. And of course, they're investigating the fool for a hate crime. Right? You play some more of the tape, please.
Fucking country. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, boy?
Boy?
You better learn English.
Who's he calling boy? Hold on. Pause there. That's why I'm saying I ain't sure this is a brother. I don't think a black man gonna ever say boy to anybody other than a white man. I don't see it. I don't know if you all see it when I'm seeing. Maybe it's just me, but I can't see a brother, a black American, a Negro, a Judite saying boy like that. He said boy like a white man. Some boy. Yeah, play it back. Play it back. Just listen to it. Don't look at it. Listen.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, boy?
That sounds a little bit to me like, okay, if that was a brother, he'd be talking to our oppressor, because the oppressor calls us boy. So you calling I ain't the boy, you the boy. That type of thing. This Asherite, he's not oppressing nobody. You understand what I'm saying? My guess is he's heathen. Either way, I would like to go visit that spot one day and get some caffeine. Some what we in? We in fall? We get a pumpkin spice latte, nigga. I'm gonna get real white on you now. And make sure it's right with the right amount of ginger and cinnamon. I want that shit lit up, and that whipped cream better be fresh and the right amount of froth. Or we gonna have some problems in that shop. I don't know how much y'all drink coffees. Since you drink coffee too, we'll get 2 coffees for the sister, and you better do it right because that there is now is pushing a divide between the tribes, and we can't go for that shit. I'm coming to Ishapad. Go ahead, Bukwash.
It's like shit. If you are to go, just speak Spanish.
No.
Start off with the Spanish.
I won't. Trust me, I won't. I want him to understand every word. I want him to understand every word. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody doing that to the Ethiopians and the Arab. The Arab, they're talking all kind of Arabic language, wallahu and wallahi and this and that, and you ain't never charging them for not speaking English. Since when you have to speak English to get coffee? I don't understand that shit. You took full advantage of that, brother. That's a problem, at least for me. That's a problem for me, and definitely we're gonna see what's going on with that this weekend. Lord Allah, if you're all available, just let me know. But we're gonna probably go down there and see what's going on with all that coffee. If the shop's still around, though, you might can survive the week. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Shabbat.
Like I was gonna say, it might motivate Officer Kazak to go, because I was telling him about scones and biscotti bread, yesterday.
Oh no, you don't understand. I'm taking Kazak already. He ain't got a choice. There's some men who ain't got a choice. There's some of y'all, I just ain't gonna call the names right now because I know y'all gonna come with that excuse. But listen, there's some of y'all, I'm gonna be like, hey, I got something to do. Just meet me here at this time. And then I'll be drive here and pull up here, put the hazards on, keep the engine running. And that's just that.
Damn right.
You get the point? Like that's absolutely insane. And okay, if you watch the tape over, you could play a little more. The Asherite brothers, he trying to keep cool, but he's very terrified. And the only reason he started filming is because he thought the dude was going to attack him. That's what he told the news. He's like, he started filming for his safety. He didn't think about making the tape go viral or nothing like that. He said he started filming for his safety. You go to a foreign place where you don't speak the language, it's a different playing field. It's you don't know. You can't, like, communication is so deep. By hearing what somebody says one thing, then the tone in which they say it is another thing, you wouldn't know what the hell it is. So he's in a foreign place, not fully understanding the English. I don't believe he don't speak no English. He probably understands some, like you understand some Spanish. But, to have that type of hostility, he's not used to it. And because he don't understand the language, he don't know if the next step after this is physical or if it have a few more rungs on the ladder of verbal abuse. So he takes his phone out first. Go ahead.
It's like, so I was in Japan and I had a few people tell me.
You was in Japan?
God
damn, Bakwash, you a mysterious ass nigga. Good night. Bakwash gonna pull out a picture just now. He gonna be in the Cold War. Go ahead.
It's like, yeah. So it was a few people that was telling me about Russians and how they just don't mess with black people at all, like
for
at
the
all.
most part.
Kind. And I went to a restaurant, and the way Japan, really, Tokyo has a restaurant, is like you got to take an elevator to get into the place.
Okay.
And that's it. There's like no stairs, and So I was there, and I was with this chick, and then we got out, and then
that's why I was in Japan, huh? Konnichiwa. Go ahead, Axel. Go ahead, I'm fucking with you. Go ahead. Don't stop it.
She was a sister, Slack it. So we get out, and it turned out to be constant. She was sister. Slack it.
Listen, Bakwashan eating no lao minga. That's a oil mingled chicken mingled with oil with fine flour ass nigga right there. Don't play with him. Go ahead.
And then as soon as we get out, it was 2 or 3 Russian men on one side, and then some Russian women on the other side, and it was just us. As soon as I get out, I just look, and I'm looking for the exit. The only exit is the elevator. So the chick was like, "Well, let's just sit down." I'm like, "No." nah, let's just go. I don't like the vibe. I don't know what's going on.
Makes sense.
Can't get out because I would have to wait on the elevator.
Right.
And I know how, and like the women that was on the other side, they saw us and then just went back to the conversation.
Right.
The men's were just looking at us.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, yeah, it's time to go. And
yep. And listen, two of you all is foreigners in that land. Now imagine you meet a native who is from, and a native in terms of he just lives there. Because this fool here is saying, this ain't your country, this ain't your country. Nigga, last I checked, this ain't yours either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Last I checked, this ain't yours either. And that's why I would, you know, we probably need to go give him a, you know, an education in the upliftment of his people. You got to go give him a full education and visit him on behalf of the brothers. You get the point? Like there's brothers in this school travel all over the world. Kapash going all over the damn place. And I ain't never seen nobody receive him like that. Like this, and he ain't there to work. Not doing that slave. He doing the work of the Lord. This fool here. What? Learn English? Where's the anti-Semitism for that?
Right.
Where is it for that shit? A Jewish man crying for every little offense. Where's the anti-Semitism for that shit? Play a little bit more. I'm coming to you, all right? And then we move on if there's any other questions.
You better learn English. Hey. Learn English.
Disfrutando, no entiende ni más de lo que está diciendo.
You better get on.
Right here, you could just show you where he walked outside. Yeah, the report say he followed the dude all the way out the store, trying to intimidate him. I don't understand where the hell that coming from, but you know, I'll give a full, thorough report on that shit right there. I need to go find that coffee spot out. I know where it is too. It ain't hard to find.
The address. It's
yeah, it's right there on Florida Avenue Northwest. Right there on Florida Avenue, just as you cross Rhode Island. It's right there. All right, so Shapat.
I always hated when anybody would always say, speak correct English or learn English. And nobody over here in America sounds like anybody from England. You know what I'm saying? They speak in English, I guess.
No, I'll give you one. English people don't talk no English. English people is horrible at English. I'm going to tell you straight up and down, brother. It is horrible speaking that English. That shit they talk is something else. You get it, boy? Any questions or anything else? Or we could run right into Diddy. Pause. I can't even say that shit. We're gonna examine the Diddy situation and help people understand what it is really going on, and that you culpable in all the shit that was going on. It's really time for us to stop idolizing these celebrities in the way we are. You know what I mean? I just need Diddy to release the tapes. That's all. You release the tapes and let's see all who was in there so we could start to fully distance ourselves from these people today. You get the point? I need to release the tapes, all them tapes you say you had, unless he was bluffing, nigga. But if he was not bluffing, like you in court trying to get them to give you bail? Come on.
It's like in the indictment, it says that they recovered the tapes.
Well, initially, if you remember when his story first broke after the thing with Cassie, he was saying he had tapes of everybody, and that was his bargaining power. So now, if they have the tapes now, I can't believe they have all. They probably have, they raided him. That's what they was waiting on to see if they could get it. But if he let them get every single tape, then he just, he's done. He's finished. And that could be why he's so desperate to pay money. He said he's willing to pay $50 million in bail. Mm-hmm. The judge said, I can't do that for you, dog. You gotta go in jail. You gotta go sit down. You understand? I just need him to release the tapes. I need to see who else is on there. I need to see who else is on there, who was at these parties, who was at these freak-offs, so we could really get a better context of the life we live in and the people that we hear with. Give me Proverbs 16:8. All right. Before I share the pass the mic too, all right? Anybody else? Anybody else have any questions? Any questions online? Or are we good? No sweat. This is double check and make sure scan proper. All right. Mm-hmm.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 8.
Go ahead.
Better is a little with righteousness.
No, hold on. I think you're the wrong one. Double check. Make sure you had 16 and 8. 16 and 18. My fault. 16 and 18.
Pride go before destruction.
Say again.
The Holy Spirit line lets you to 8, sir.
We should. Go ahead, Warren. Let's get 8. Go ahead, let's get 8.
Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right.
God damn. So what a Warrior. Give Levi a hand. Levi just, he went up the precept. He cuts in on me cutting in. Go ahead, read it again.
Better is a little with righteousness
Uh-huh.
than great revenues without right.
Oh, wait. What does that mean? Who could break it down? Who got it? Come on, Shapat.
Would that be something like?
Yeah, the mic.
So would that be something like a rich man paying tithes versus a poor person who only got a little bit of money and they pay that little bit of tithes? They make sure they got it.
Read it one more time.
Better is a little
Mike
with righteousness
mm-hmm.
than great revenues without right.
You could use that too. You could definitely use that too. And I think that's not the tithes part, but I think it was there's a story in the Bible about the donation. And Christ was saying, her righteousness counts for more. But that's all she had. And the rich, they didn't even want to part with what they had. Go ahead.
And to add to that, sir, right now, Diddy would switch places with a poor man.
Listen, he's making himself poor. They say he said he's willing to sign over, a slew of properties and cash that amount to $50 million that he's saying you could use that as bond. But they know this nigga, he ain't got to go to the airport to fly. He ain't like me and you. He ain't got to go check in and do TSA. He have his own jet. Which means remember when they raided his place first, he was somewhere off the coast of Miami or some island somewhere. So they ain't trying to negotiate with no foreign government over some, nigga from New York. They ain't trying to do that shit. He gonna stay right there. But he right now, as you rightfully say, he is ready to become poor. He's ready to just, give it all up because it means his freedom. Go ahead.
I would love to ask all the sisters today, is Diddy considered a high value man?
Is Diddy considered a high value man? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. We need to do a poll on that. Whoever knows how to set up them Facebook polls and them Twitter polls. Set up one. Is Diddy a high value man? What's the girl, the city girl who was with him? I ain't hearing her saying a shit. That old city girl who was with Diddy and we go bad, real bad. I ain't hearing you saying nothing. No, you quiet bad, real bad. Yeah, you super quiet. Go ahead. Your brother was reading.
A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps.
Right, a man's heart devises his way, but the Lord directs his steps. That's shit. That's just how we end up at this precept. Yeah, I devised Proverbs 16 and 18. The Lord said, nah, just, make him say 8. The angel here saying 8, 8, 8. I done said 8. Right? That's it. Go ahead.
A divine sentence.
We could skip down now, Orium, or you think we good there? You sure? I'll catch up with you all right.
18?
Yeah.
Pride goeth before destruction. And a haughty spirit before a fall.
That's Sir did a lot. Sir did a lot before all this. He got the keys to the city of New York. I don't know if you remember that. There was a whole big ceremony for him. And I remember it was so weird to me, like all of a sudden did he gain all these awards, Lifetime Achievement Award, this award, that award. And come to find out, Cassie been talking for a minute. She been talking for, when I say talking, she been contacting him for a payout for a while. And all that was to buffer him, thinking they could make him look good in the public image because nobody believed Cassie. Right. Nobody believed anything. Like nobody ever believes the victim when it's a rich man. Right. If it's a poor man, of course, he has to go to jail. But when it's a rich man, nobody, his richness is holiness for most people. You get the point? So all this was to buffer him. But he was up there so proud, with keys to the city, doing his little dance, all the way up there talking with his son. We did it, King Coombs with the #1 song and all kind of nonsense. And come to find out now, you done, pissed off the wrong devil. But that's what this is about. Some devil he done pissed off and it coming out. The Lord is using it for sure. The Lord is using it because the Bible said the stars of heaven will begin to fall. Not talking about the stars in the sky, but the stars, your movie stars, your musical stars, your sports stars, right? So whoever it is, he didn't want to, roll over for or do something. He stand up, and the devil is like, nigga, you take too long to stand up. You should have did that back in the 90s. You standing up to me now after, after Shine done went to jail for you? After J-Lo done knew everything and then left? After Faith and Biggie, you want to stand up? Now we got to teach you a lesson. Now we got to teach you a lesson. Go ahead, Art.
Salaki, can that precept also be used for Caesar Borgia falling as Christ? Fake Christ?
How would you break it down? The pride God before fall?
No, I'm talking about the stars falling from heaven. Use Caesar Borgia as an example that how we showing how in the Bible he's black. So this image that I
wouldn't use that one for him.
Constant.
Because Caesar is not a star. Ain't nobody care about Caesar as much as they care about LeBron. You get the point? Like people fight over LeBron being the greatest. Ain't nobody care about Caesar as much as they care about, like movie stars and, stars that people, actually, Beyonce. You think Caesar could do something with that Beyonce can't? God damn, Beyonce is the, Taylor Swift. Shit. You get what I'm saying? For that one, you want to use Thessalonians falling away first. The man of perdition must be revealed. That's the one you want to do. The falling away of all the lies that prop him up. But Caesar today is nowhere in the shoes of, these superstars we have. Nowhere even close. You know what I mean? Go ahead, sis. Yeah, go ahead, sis. Do your thing. A warrior.
Verse 16, sir.
Say again? You want to skip up to 16? Yeah, go ahead. Let's do it.
16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold?
Mm-hmm.
And to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver.
Mm-hmm. And right now, that's what he wish he had. He wish he had wisdom and not all that money. He want to trade all that money up for wisdom and to be chosen. What? Chosen to be free.
That's right.
Set apart. But now he got to face that prison. Right now, if they told Diddy, walk to Staten Island and get a damn cheesecake pie at 1 a.m. in the morning and he'll be free, that nigga is walking.
That's right.
He walk barefoot for that shit. That's what the judge should do. The judge should say, Mr. Coombs, it's either you're gonna do it or not, but we ain't got it all day. You gotta want to do this. You need to walk down to Staten Island right now and get me a cheesecake and walk right back and bring it and don't make it spill. That's what you need to do and slam the door in his face like he did before. That's what they need to do to Diddy. Right? And keep going.
The highway of the upright is to depart from evil.
Mm-hmm.
He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Pride goeth before destruction.
Right. The read 15 again.
In the light of the king's countenance is life,
mm-hmm.
and his favor is good as a cloud.
Hold on, that was 15?
Oh, it was 16, sir.
So like 16 is 17 is what I want. I apologize.
The highway of the upright is to depart from evil.
Mm-hmm. That's what an upright man would do, right? He would depart from evil, right? A man who is, an upright, meaning upright doesn't mean, he is never ever making a mistake or doing everything perfect. It's saying he is upright because once he realized this is an error, he corrects it. Like if you want to understand what being upright is your ability to correct something once it's brought to you that this is wrong, right? That's you know you're upright. Now because you may not have known this was wrong before, but now you know. If you continue now you're deciding to do wrong,
Right.
to be wrong, versus before this is just what you knew. You get the point? A man like that will change his way. Read on.
He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul.
And he that keepeth his way preserve his soul. You get the point? But Diddy, he was keeping the white man's way.
Right.
He was keeping his way. You know, there was the history of them freak-off parties, them Greek fests, them Greek orgy fests. And Greek orgy fest, which was just, you know, a whole ton of carnality, ridiculous carnality. Pause right there where you are. Give me Ecclesiasticus. Yeah, we got some a little bit of time. Should be able to knock it out. Give me Ecclesiasticus. Hold on. Is it that what I want? Or Wisdom of Solomon? Bear with me. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. Right? And also somebody give me whole Psalms 10 and 2 and Psalms 10 and 4. Give me Wisdom of Solomon.
Okay.
Go ahead. Take your time, bro.
Okay. Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. You want me to start at once?
Yeah, please.
I'm constant. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Break that down for me. What are we talking about? Go ahead, Shapiro.
Basically saying, you know, there's no tomorrow. You know, there's no tomorrow. You got to get it. You got to get it now. You know what I'm saying? Because death is sure. Ain't nobody never come back.
Find that tape for me with Diddy screaming like a little, you know, a little high school girl in his office. It should be up on the DC page somewhere. Right? Go ahead.
Salahi basically saying they realizing that in so many words, life is short. You got to get, you know, whatever we got to do, we got to get it now.
Life is short if you're wicked.
Constant.
If you're righteous, this bitch seems long as a mother. If you trying to do the right thing, you know, you still in your 90 days, correct? In them 90 days seem like about 10 years. Huh? You trying to do the right thing, huh? You in that 90 days and you probably crossing them things out on the wall in the house. 1, 2, yeah. Damn, shit. What, how many? 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever time it is. You trying to do the right thing. It's the longest time of your life.
Right.
It's the longest goddamn time. You know, easy it is to go there and have a one-night stand. Come in here and do the process of marrying. Courting. You got to pass 90 days to court. And after the 90 days, you got to do the 6 months to even be eligible to court. God damn. According to the calendar, God damn, 6 months. Then after that, you had to ask permission to court and wait on a damn decision. You waiting, I'll get back to you in a couple of days. You're supposed to forget. Let me give you some advice. Your brother or sister, you ask to court somebody in here. After you put your request in, just forget about it until they get a call. Because you're going to sit and look at that phone. Every notification, you're going to be like, okay, this is the approval. This is the approval. You're going to drive yourself crazy, and it's only been 2 hours. It's only been 2 hours, Negro. You get the point? You trying to do the right thing, it seems like forever. But life is short to a wicked nigga. You know why it's short? Because, boy, I wish I had some more time to use that baby oil. Don't nobody cut that and make a song bite and say, I'm not Diddy in there. Because the time is not long enough to use the baby oil. Which is why Diddy's freak-offs lasted how long? Days.
Right.
Because it wasn't enough time. I'm sure that party started as a, overnight shit that ended 6, 7 in the morning. Then Diddy woke up one day and be like, we ain't got to end the party, playboy. Go get some food. Order more drinks, player. And just stay. There's not enough time for that. Lil Wayne used to be singing in a song, I wish I could have sex with every girl in the world. You remember that? I wish I could have sex with every girl in the world. Come on.
We like her.
We like her. Now, hold on. Y'all is priests up in here, and you're a priest in training. You sister been around priest. Break that we like her. Break it down for me. Come on.
That means everybody get a turn.
No. Well, that's what end up happening. There's something else there. Come on with it. We like her, and we like her too. I wish I could every girl in the world. I wish I could every girl. We like her, and we like her too. Break that down for me. That there is ridiculous. Come on, warrior.
Or going the route where basically he doesn't have to just pick one.
Nope. There's something else. There's something there lying right there.
I was going to say, you know,
make sure the volume is up there too. If anybody online, all right, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, when he's saying we like her, is he talking about the demons?
Yes. Break it down.
He got the demons saying, "Hey, we want to kill you, so you're gonna have to."
Well, not even that deep. The demon ain't telling him we want to kill you. But when Christ spoke and said, "What's your name?" What was the answer?
We are legion.
We are legion, for we are many. Lil Wayne is one man, almost half. He's small, tiny. We like her. I wish I could F every girl in the world. We like her is not talking about the homies. That's the demons in him, Mark. Oh, we like her. We like her too. We like her. Oh, I just wish I could F every girl in the world. This is not, ain't no fun if the homies can't get none. This is the demons in him, Mark. The demons in him. He can't, just like the scripture we just read about the oppressor, can't be satisfied. There's no satisfaction. There's none. There's none. The life they live, a woman doesn't excite them no more. No, that's hard to imagine. I'm gonna just tell you straight. Right. I tried to get glasses black like this tablecloth for camp, but I'm gonna tell you straight about that's hard to imagine that it just a regular encounter with a sister does not excite you no more. So you have to have freak offs. Or you just have to have every girl in the world because you've had one, she's boring now. You've had another, she's boring now. And that's the whole thing. And life is just short when you live like that. Life is just absolutely too short. You understand? Read it again from the top, brother, or whoever was reading.
Okay. I got the Diddy as well.
Oh, read it. Hold on, read it again from the top. We're going to play Diddy just now.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright.
Mm-hmm.
Our life is short and tedious.
Listen, play it right there.
All right, thanks. I love you, man. Bye. I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get!
Pause it. Read it again.
Sir. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright.
Mm-hmm.
Our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man, there is no remedy.
Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man, there is no remedy. We play it.
I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
He stopped talking like a man. Eh? He said, whatever I want, I have to get. I have to get. He started to put on a whole other spirit. Life is too short for him. Life is too short. You know, you hear all them entertainers say they gotta work so much and it's so much to do. You're doing so much and most of y'all forget to file taxes. So what are y'all doing? What's the work? What's all this good work y'all doing?
Right.
You're doing so much work. You ain't got time for this and no sleep, and you're in the studio all night. But you could waste 4 days, 5 days, 7 days and a freak off on a drug-induced, ketamine-induced. I don't know what the hell is going on in them mansions. Well, you had to burn them mansions had to get burned to the ground when this court case is over. They had to raise that thing to the foundations. That Diddy mansion could not stand that. That thing cannot stand. I can imagine the amount of violations that done happen in there. Same thing with T.I. and his woman. All them women came out and talk about how they would drug them and just fully assault. One bro said she got high in the damn party, passed out, woke up in her apartment in new clothes, and all her parts is hurting her, front and back, sore and hurting. And I'm like, there's no way to recover from something like that. There's no way to recover. And you don't have no memory or nothing. Worse off if there's tape of it. Imagine seeing that happen and you don't know that happened. Yeah, lose him in the jail. Build a cell far away and just lose him there. Don't find him after. Keep going. Come on.
Slack, I have a question. Slack.
It's unlawful. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Okay, so there's a scripture that says, don't rejoice at your brother, basically, stumbling. But in a case like this, like, he shouldn't be free.
Okay, that's not rejoicing at. That's justice.
Kind.
That's not. I ain't rejoicing over nothing. But if anything, I'm asking for justice. You got to lose him. He got to go. Like there ain't no, I'm rejoicing for justice, if that's what you're saying, but that's different. It's anybody who's saying that is trying to protect themselves. Not saying for you. I know you asking to see how to argue back that, because that's what Israelites do. When Eddie Long did it to the boys, they were saying, don't you can't have hate, you can't speak evil of this and that. Damn all of that then. Shit, you eating pork all year long. You want to charge me for this? Well then, nigga, let me sin too then, if that's the case. If that's the case, just let me have my one. Since you get to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and have sex with whores, and now you want to tell me about this thing here, let me have mine. Is that okay? Is that all right? Or we, now you got to charge me with something. This is not that, though. This is not that. This here is for sure just justice, absolute justice. And okay, the only way you could really understand this is the empathy that need to go with this comes from if you have sisters, aunts, I ain't gonna say mothers, because you have to have somebody who this could happen to. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So that's what I'm saying, like the younger sisters that this could happen to. Now imagine that should happen to your relative or friend, somebody that you actually give a damn about. What we talking about? Come on.
Sir, is a comment online. Ramon Slater says, that's what happened to my homegirl. Her boyfriend beat the both of them, and she woke up in different clothes. Yeah, sir. Is her friend, her homegirl, boyfriend beat the both of them, and she woke up with different clothes on.
Well, listen. It's unfortunate, absolutely unfortunate. And again, people like Diddy, him, if that's the case that happened, they got to go. They absolute something has to be done, because okay, the end of this has to stop. But unfortunately, the lust is so strong in America, and the pride of that lust is so strong. There was one time where people would commit crimes against the Lord, otherwise known as sin, in private. You would not know this is what this person is into. That's why the whole term in the closet and coming out the closet. You had functional addicts. You had people who lead in these lifestyles, but it's not known to everybody that this is what's going on. You get the point? But now with the pride of America and the pride of the lost ark, everything is done out in the open. There's nobody's hiding to do nothing no more. And that's bad. It's bad as being done in the beginning, but it's bad doubly now because now children can't tell the difference. Children can't tell what's normal, acceptable behavior and what's folly, which is why the younger generation is caught up in a lot of folly. You understand? Like that's where it's done going to. So, you know, something like this happened to you. The only way for you to even recover is to come into the truth and become brand new. Right. You gotta become a whole new person and let that person die. Let that person die. If you have been a victim of something like this, the old person just has to go in the grave and you become somebody brand new. But justice got to get served, though. Justice got to get served. Justice heals. It helps. Let me get some more.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Our life is short and tedious,
mm-hmm.
and in the death of a man, there is no remedy.
Mm-hmm.
Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. For we are born at all adventure,
mm-hmm.
and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been.
Mm-hmm.
For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3.
You understand? So he's saying, listen, we here for a short time. We're here right now in all adventure. Everything got to be an adventure. And then we're not. And when we're not here, nobody ain't going to remember we're here. So with that, let's just go live it up. Keep going.
Come. Verse 3. Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes,
mm-hmm.
and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance.
That's such a prideful statement. We're going to be forgotten in time, and no man will remember our works. And he ain't talking nothing about leaving anything for his children. The scriptures say a righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. He worried about people remembering him. You get the point? Come on.
Yes, sir. Something just crossed my mind. Something just crossed my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seeing how rich this brother was and what he did with his money. Imagine Yahanna coming back to see the poverty of his people, right? And to look at you and just see thousands of bottles of baby oil in your closet. And he's looking at the poor people that you could have helped. It's gonna be a shameful thing. I couldn't imagine the shame in that day. Like, it's like, what did you do with the money? And you just oppressed poor people and participate in free calls. That is embarrassing. I couldn't even. I wouldn't even want to be here when that happened.
Listen, right there where you have. I want him. Just read for me Proverbs 10 and 2.
Come on.
Proverbs.
Salakia.
Outside. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
That's Diddy. Like every other rapper or musical person, not every other, but a lot of them, I've seen take younger artists and try to groom them in the business. Go ahead, do your thing. And try to groom them in the business of the industry. From that 50 Cent to what's the brother down south? Master P. The other one, Trick Daddy. You know, they all try to. No, I ain't saying they was righteous, but they all try to, get something going with their people, bring someone in together, pull them in. And the people who they pull in may not necessarily have actually had musical talent. But, money sharing, and they're trying to put people in the stream of money so they could catch some money. This fool here makes people walk for, cheesecake and do all kind of dumb shit just because he has power and because they're poor. Like that's an evil ass nigga. That's a ridiculous ass person to do something like that. Like you don't take advantage of somebody like that. You don't do that, but because that shit was done to him, or he see the oppressor doing it to other people, and in our carnality, we strive to be like the oppressor. He done start to do this to them groups. Read it one more time.
Come on. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
Mm-hmm.
Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Yeah. They use baby oil in jail too. I'm telling you straight up. They use baby oil in jail too. Somebody might pass and spray you down and then throw a match at you and light you up. You know, baby oil is flammable. Get the point? I know you also thought it was that other thing. But for what he did, there's brothers who is not supporting none of that shit. There's brothers who in jail who either know somebody who done been violated horribly or they themselves have been violated horribly and will not suffer that type of criminal. That's why you have child molesters. They don't survive because that person who is, doing that vigilante justice, they either been violated by a molester or know somebody who was violated by a molester. And they bring in that righteous indignation to you. You get the point? Bringing it to you. Go ahead.
It remind me of the ending of that
Dharma. Yeah, I thought about the same thing as I was talking. I just didn't want to say the damn thing, but I thought about that same situation right there, brother. Like that. Yeah, there's baby oil in jail too. There's lots of it, and it's very flammable. It's very, very flammable. Go ahead. You're gonna be screaming like on that table. Ooh, I got whatever I want. I must have. No sweat, nigga. No sweat.
Slack, sir. When I was in the bathroom, I heard you talking about people. He never did anything like trying to bring somebody up. I remember I believe his first real artist with Bad Boy was Craig Mack. Craig Mack said he only got $1,000 out of his career and had the hottest song on the radio.
He make people sign all kind of bad contracts. Salaki for the extra note. Horrible ass contracts that he just gets to take all the profit of, trying to be the oppressor. Well, no problem. Now you're in the hot seat. Now you're in the hot seat. Let me get some more wisdom of Solomon. Then we move to what's the other one I want? We move to something real short. Go ahead.
Call, sir. Let's see where I was at. Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 4. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud. Go ahead. And shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun.
Hold on. Where you at?
Verse 4, sir.
Verse 4.
Come sir.
Give me verse 6.
Come sir.
So this is Diddy. Because they're so rich and powerful. Diddy, Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein. Give me some more. R. Kelly. Give me some more. Say again?
I'll just say Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Who else we have? There got to be some woman in there somewhere. Shit, you throw her in there too. Hell, listen, them tapes got to come out. I know them tapes got to come out because I keep hearing them stars talking about the time at Diddy parties and who they saw and who was there and who came up to them. So there got to be some woman up in there. Go ahead.
It's like just reading verse 4 remind me of the Tower of Babel. They said they was trying to make a name for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So they be remembered. And it started off saying the ungodly do this.
Hell yeah. Hell, and it comes with pride. That pride would make you try to be more than you are. You get the point? And that's something that as you work in the truth is not designed for it, but if that's what you're on, the Lord is going to use you accordingly, if that's what you're on. But the truth is not designed for that. The truth is designed to give God the glory. You get the point? The glory must belong to the Lord in anything you're doing. You just in here a tool, a vessel. You know what I mean? You working for him. Go ahead.
Concert. Just thinking about these Diddy freak offs. It sounds like it's some a copy off of what's been going on in the Playboy Mansion. From what I understand, all that stuff.
Well, it's the oppressor's life. That's his way. His way is, we're gonna read about it here. What you just talk about and Diddy stuff is right here. I read part of the first thing with Cassie. They said this one is have Cassie and then some. They said they couldn't believe. They said this ain't the news. They know everybody has two sides, but they never thought he had such a dark side. Damn. And you know his defense. I think I wore him on the mic. His defense, they're trying to say that he's not guilty of none of this. All this was consensual. So he ain't even saying this thing did not happen. He trying to say everybody was with it. Okay, did he?
I find it weird also, sir, that devil Ben Affleck just recently divorced J-Lo. He don't want nothing to do with what's about to happen right now.
He probably asked her. He said, listen, hold on. XYZ, you know? And he just like, all right, I'm distancing myself from that shit. Let's continue. Verse 6.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present.
Read it again.
Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present.
Right, give me a good picture of Diddy up on the screen too, Bakash. All right, go ahead.
Come. And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Right? That's what a evil, wicked man would say. Right? The philosophers have a word for this type of behavior. Anybody know what it is?
Oh, I don't know. Philosophy. Sound like pedophilia.
No, this is not that. This is definitely not that. It's not saying it's any different, but there's a word for this. Read it again.
Come, Carson. Verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
You say pedophilia because of the youth?
Carson.
No, it's a different context here.
Is it a deviancy, sir?
Not deviancy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, go ahead, Doc.
Is it promiscuous?
Nope, but that's part of it. Anybody else? Go ahead.
So like I don't have the scholars word for it, but today's word for it is YOLO.
YOLO is definitely this. That's why I say life is short, right? The word is called Epicureanism. You ever heard the word Epicurean? Right? Look it up for me. Look up the definition of Epicurean. Remember when I first got to DC, there was this restaurant boy called Epicurean boy. And I was like, boy, that's some fancy ass restaurant. Then I came to class. Then I came to class, boy, and I was like, all right. You know what I mean? It was a regular restaurant. And so, serve a ton of, good food and stuff like that. But just the whole name of it.
Epicurean, a disciple or student of the Greek philosopher Epicurus, of or concerning Epicurus or his ideas. Let me try to get those.
No sweat. Or look up Epicureanism.
I got that.
Go ahead. Slav, pass the mic, please, brother.
Epicureanism is a philosophy that originated from the teachings of the ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus. Epicureanism is based on the idea that happiness is the goal of human life and that it can be achieved through moderation, simplification, friendship, and community. Some key aspects of Epicureanism is materialism, pleasure, simplicity.
That don't sound like moderate nothing. In the definition he read, they said in true moderation, right? And there's nothing moderate about that shit. Like Epicureanism is about pleasure and enjoying pleasure by any means. Go ahead.
Epicureanism, the philosophy of Epicurus, who subscribe to the hedonistic,
right? And hedon is spelled different from heathen. Heathen is Heathen. That's non-Israelite. Hedon, Hedon, is about pleasure, total pleasure. That's it. Anything pleasurable, you are called a hedon. Go ahead.
Hedonistic ethics that considered an impurable,
nasty shit. I can't nasty oily shit. Go ahead.
Emotional calm.
Go ahead.
Emotional calm, the highest good, and whose followers held intellectual pleasures superior to transient sensualism.
Right? They held intellectual pleasure superior to transient sensualism. It evolved way more than that now. It's about total pleasure, right? And pleasure at any cost. Read verse 6 again.
Verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Right? What does that mean? It's not the pedophilia when you talk thinking. Go ahead.
It's the saying ride?
Say again?
Ride the creatures?
Ride the creatures? What do you mean?
Like they enjoying them as their youth?
As in youth.
So like you said.
No sweat.
So you want the as in youth part?
No, the whole thing. It says, come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present. Right? Remember, the definition just said they believe in the highest good.
Right.
So they ain't talking about the highest moral, ethical code, you know. They're talking about, high level pleasures.
Lust,
high level lust. Not, you go to a club, meet a sister, and you get one night stand, and brothers is, not that shit. We got to plan a freak off. Like a freak off. Like, this is something else. This is not normal.
Salaki, sir.
Come on now.
Salaki, sir, what you're saying is so heavy. Anybody that's ever lived in such a lustful lifestyle would know just the idea. Like, I couldn't imagine just the whole setup of having 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That feeds into the whole spirit of like come look at this. We doing it big over like that. The whole vibe, it's real sick. The psychology behind it, where it's like you even getting off on the idea of just showing how much supplies you got for the freak offs. It's like, yeah, like this is
excessive.
Right. It's excessive. Like it's over the top.
It's absolute excess, and it's excess that there's no end to it. There's no end. It's the end of, go ahead.
It's a lot, my baby. With the in youth part, like more so like what's the word? Spontaneous. Like we got to do it as soon as it happens. Have it right now.
You onto it. Right? The in youth is talking about the actual violator. Meaning we're gonna use these. We'll enjoy the good things that are present, that here now. Yeah, invite them to the party where they think they're gonna get to meet Diddy, no problem. Come on down. Yeah, skip school, whatever. Come on, leave your husband, whatever it is. Come on down to this party. And you here now. So you're here. Doors locked, drugs is on the table. Nobody leave until sunup. Right? Then, what's he say? And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Saying let us, meaning the ones who doing it, they're going to do this thing like if they were in their youth. You got to go back to your childhood. Right? Some people had a little more issues as children than others. But everybody, I'm sure, at one time got a little ant or a little bee and held that shit down with the matchsticks or the tweezers and plucked the damn wings off it. Y'all never did that shit. Y'all never, took apart an ant and pull his legs off and shit. Oh, y'all shame to say this shit, nigga. You did. God damn it. Y'all, everybody in here looking at me like. Yeah. I see what happened. Some of y'all didn't stop at the ant. I stopped at the ants and bees. Some of y'all caught the squirrels and the puppies and the kittens and shit. Yeah, I mean, but that's something children do. Children do that shit. Forget about you get the magnifying glass. You start to burn your toys up, then you're like, oh shit, I could light this bee up. I could light this lizard up. You start doing, no, you're doing that to an animal that, or insect that, you know, in all intents and purposes is inconsequential, right? You really shouldn't do it. I get you. It's an ant. Don't have a conniption over it. It's a bee. It's okay. But there's some people who grow up with the same propensity. And that's how Cassie got beat in front of that elevator in a towel. You understand? That's how she got beat in a towel. That's how, according to her, he took her to parties and drugged her up, paid homosexual adult stars to violate her all night long while he looked, while she was drugged. The same way a kid will, sit there and, throw rocks at a frog or, tie a firecracker to a cat. You get the point? That thing there, take that to people. That's this. That's this thing here. It's beyond what you could know. You can't imagine what's going on in your wildest night of fantasy. You can't imagine that shit. Right. You just can't. You will not be able to even understand what's going on. You all remember there was a TV series called Empire? Right, there was a young actor called Brashear Gray. You pull up his thing. His name was Brashear Gray. I can't spell this shit. I forget his name on the show. Something Lions. I think he's from Philadelphia. Hakeem, that's his name. Hakeem on the show to Raji P. Henson. I remember calling him Hakeem this, Hakeem that. Pull him up. Pull up a before and after picture of him. Pull up him on the show with a nice crew cut and shit. And yeah, you see him after, right? The mugshot. Okay, they say, brother, he ran out of one of them parties, high out his mind. And the first thing out his mouth was Will Smith and somebody else tried to have sex with him in the room. And he never recovered that. And everybody was laughing at him and saying, damn, look how fast things went from sugar to shit. He never went back acting up. He totally lost his mind. Totally lost his mind. You sure on it?
So I have the before. I'm about to put up the.
Come on, let me know when it's up. You see them?
Yeah, I see it, sir.
Yeah, brother. He literally was in the streets running, I think half naked or something. And he said he was in the damn parties. Will Smith was there. That's what he said out his mouth. And everybody saying he high, did not believe in him. Go ahead, worry him and say something now. Shapat?
If I could, that brother that they say is crazy now been trying to tell everybody what happened in the Diddy parties.
Who's that?
This brother, I don't remember his name. Orlando Brown. He's been saying it, but like people like that, they all say they're crazy. They are a little bit crazy because when they go to these type of parties, first of all, the things they see and along with the drugs that they're being made to take in there has a lasting effect on them.
Yep.
I mean, but he's still sober enough to tell you exactly what's going on in there. I mean,
yeah, he remembers. They remember what's going on, but nobody didn't believe in them. Go ahead.
Kind of Slacker. Black Dazzle says, Slacker, sir, I was asked to do makeup for a couple of Diddy's commercials and videos.
Damn.
My husband said, hell no.
Yeah, husband and high. I know you probably was mad with him at the time. You probably was like, we missing out on that good money. Your husband, he knew some, like, women, this is what you all need to understand. Men know something about men that you will never ever understand. You will. Right. You think not you specifically, sis, right? But in general, women think, and this is because of the women's liberation movement. Women think the playing field is even now, and you deserve a space in a male-dominated place just like anybody else. A man is still a man, and you still somebody he can have sex with. That's the bottom line, and you have to understand that. And many sisters don't understand it, so you better get to a man with understanding that does, so he can protect you from yourself, from the bad decisions that you may or may not make. You get the point? There's certain things a man he already know and understand. He don't want you nowhere close to that at all. At all. There's another scripture I wanted to pull right here, brother. Hold on. Bear with me one. Let's keep reading in Wisdom of Solomon, all right? Take time, please.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointment.
Oh, give me Job 35 and 12. That's what I want. Job 35 and 12. Nice and quick. Job 35 and 12. Please. Right? Let the young man read it right here.
Job chapter 35, verse 12. There they cry, but none giveth answer.
No, yeah. Go ahead, read it again.
There they cry, but none giveth answer, because of the pride of evil men. Surely God will not hear vanity, neither will the Almighty regard it.
Read it one more time.
There they cry, but none giveth answer, because of the pride of evil men.
There they cry, but none would give answer because of the pride of evil men. Like, people have been crying out about these deviants for the longest while, saying all kind of things about them. Madonna is another one, an absolute deviant. There's so much of them. A lot of them is oppressor women, but there's that Monique too. Don't forget, Monique at one time was saying what she entertains other men and her husband is good with it. I forget how she worded. She worded real pretty, but it's some old slutty nonsense was going on with the two of them. You know what I mean? Where the husband would let her have sex with other people, and sometimes he watched, sometimes he ain't there, and and she loves him even more for allowing her to be some old nonsense. Like, brother, it's bad outside. It's absolutely bad outside. You better come get within quickly, right? A lot cried before, but nobody would give answer because of the pride of wicked men. The pride of wicked men. They all close in and circle in and close ranks down, and the victims go wanting. Ain't nobody give a damn. Let me get someone Wisdom of Solomon. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments.
That's that Ciroc. That's Ciroc and them perfumes, boy. Diddy and the perfume and the Ciroc and all kind of stuff. There's some video I watched today with him and that Diana Ross, that heathen daughter she got. And he there and they both drinking, and the drink too strong for her, and then he pull out some oily thing to put slick back in their hair, and two of them talking, and something going on in the background. I don't know, but they got their products and they push it the same way, and it's right here in the Bible. Let us read it again.
Oh God. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments.
Go ahead.
And let no flower of the spring pass us by.
And let no flower of the spring pass by us. Meaning, like springtime, how everything is brand new and fresh flowers growing. Let no fresh thing pass by. That's why Aaliyah was a prize in the industry. Cassie was another young ass girl, prize in the Rihanna. Another one. And she got horror stories too. I'm gonna tell you straight up. She probably is good at hiding the emotions of the shit. But in that car, Chris Brown said she was swinging. You be a young girl with so much rage to fight. Something done happened to you. Go ahead.
So like it sounds like what they call like the casting couch or the what is it called? The director's chair.
I think that's what it's called. That casting couch, that Hollywood shit. But it's even deeper than that. Because ain't nobody. The casting couch done going to the internet now. Done going to the internet, and with all these properties they have everywhere, it's nothing to just throw a party. It's nothing to just throw a party somewhere and just send the address, and there's a ton of girls just show up. And that's just that. They just want to be a star, want to be around them. You get the point? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they will be withered.
With rosebuds, which means you take the flower, you take the petals off, and make a crown quickly before it dies. Using it up. Just use it up. Use it up. And when it's done, ain't nobody can use it again. Now, Cassie Gill says she's still going to therapy over shit that happened. And she's supposedly in a marriage now with children, I believe. That's rough, And she a heathen, I don't even give a damn. But think about the amount of black women he done got bored with before he went with these strange women. You get the point? Like he done destroyed a ton of sisters before he went to some heathen. You get what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness.
Meaning like let everybody go and just go get some and just get it. Go ahead.
Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this.
That's so nasty. He said, let's leave tokens of what? Of our joyfulness in every place. In every nasty, brother. Listen, if you ever meet anybody who works in housekeeping in these big hotels, ask them what a night after New Year's is like, or when there's a huge concert in town.
Right.
And they go to that room, brother, and they got to clean that thing up. And the tokens of joyfulness in every place. In every place. You got a UV sun to see everything. It's they're disgusting. They absolutely listen. This is where you ever hear them talk about the Mile High Club. That's where this thing comes from. You on a private plane up in the sky. Well, goddamn, we flying. You could fly your family. Give the Lord thanks for that. Pray for a safe flight. You trying to have an orgasm in the sky. You trying to be up there in the sky to say you did it up there.
Right.
You disgusting. I told you about the whole space story. That in times past, the damn spaceships, the astronauts just used to let the piss out in space. You could check it out. I ain't lying. Meanwhile, they give you a ticket for peeing on a tree. This nigga out in space just letting the shit out. They'll leave tokens of themselves everywhere. And that's him. That's Diddy. Diddy walked Cassie like a dog, literally.
Right.
He would walk her like a dog maker. She was the first one with the shaved hair. You remember when they started doing that shave hair? She was the first major one to do it in the industry. I remember it very, very clear. She was the first one to do it. And Rihanna gets on it. That whole little punk white girl rock look. That's them. Give me a little bit more and then we move.
Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man.
Go ahead.
Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of his head, of the age.
You understand? They don't have no respect for nobody, no kind of value for anybody. Keep going.
Let our strength be the law of justice.
Say it again.
Let our strength be the law of justice.
That's how they are. They know they got so much wealth and power. Their strength is in the law of the land. Meaning they got the lawyers and the judges. They got the money to get good reps. Did he just come up with $50 million? $50 million. Google for me, what is the average budget of a presidential candidate? The campaign budget, Salakia. The campaign budget for a presidential candidate. Keep reading now. Let me know when you have it on.
Calm, sir. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
And that's what he thought about that Cassie. That Cassie got that ball rolling. I think they started to look into him after her. You understand? He thought he would just bogart everything and just sweep everything under the rug. She came out with a whole damn, mini-series dossier on this nigga ass. And he came up with the money in 2 days, settlement money. In 2 days. Because he thought the law, he could manipulate it. And right now, he's trying to do the same thing. Go ahead. Anything yet? Go ahead. What is it saying? Shapat? Shapat, you want to help him with the mic?
Oh, slap.
It shows 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get the it's total number in millions. Okay, that's $3.1 billion.
No, that's not a campaign budget. It says campaign budget. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Shit, you blowing my mind with that.
It said total spending for a presidential candidate
for a candidate
for
$1 billion. Shit. Let me pull this damn war scarf on and listen. I'm the shock. I'm the shock. I'll be a senator. Vote for me. Billions of dollars these niggas partying with. Come on, Shapat. What you got?
Slack, I got 2002.
2002 is 20-something years ago.
I mean, not 2022.
Come on.
Got 8,937.
Get the fuck out of here. Excuse me. Go ahead, Sean.
Like 16 billion.
How much?
16 billion.
Well, that's Trinidad money on. Okay, I thought it was in the millions for a presidential campaign. Hold on.
And that's each candidate.
Okay, that got that. I don't think that's everybody. That got to be the last two.
No.
That got to be the last two. You mean to tell me them niggas who losing is spending $3 billion to lose? No, I ain't believing that shit. Come on, I was born. I was born at night. It wasn't last night. Go ahead.
It's like if I made, 2020 was the last presidential election, right? Okay, I got 16 billion for that one.
Okay, that's for one person.
Cost.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
listen now.
8,937,407,772.
Damn.
407,772.
Hold on. Listen, this might be my last class here. Hold on.
If these numbers are accurate, ain't no way, if I could, sir, ain't no way somebody donate that much money to you and you're a free man. Impossible for somebody to give you billions of dollars for you to get in office and you have freedom of speech.
Yeah, you don't. Okay, I think this is a collective thing you're all reading here. I think that's collective.
I have a total cost of elections from 1990 to 2022. And it gives me by year.
Right, that's the total cost of the elections. That's everybody. I'm talking about one candidate. How much does his campaign run? Okay, Google how much did Trump spend on the campaign trail this year? I keep reading, Shapat. Whoever find it, let me know.
So I have it.
What do you have?
I have he raised over 250 million.
That sounds a little bit more closer to home. You're trying to make me out to be a fool of here. I realizing I gotta take you all to counsel. You're telling me 3.something billion? Nah, the white man ain't wasting that amount of money. For that amount of money, if you're a presidential candidate and you could wield the 3.something billion of not your money, you don't need to run. You could just sponsor the president. Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on.
There's a little more. So the president Trump raised 264 million.
When this year or for the last one?
No, for this election.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of different groups that still count separately aside from him itself. So the next largest group is Make America Great Again Inc., which raised 255 million. So that's 500 million. And then there's a few more.
Okay, I need the specific what they spend on campaigning. I get how much they raise, but what they spend on campaigning is what I want.
Shalaki. I did Donald Trump's 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I did his
2020,
and with all the groups and everything, campaign committee, outside groups combined, it was 1,087,909,000.
I was about to say, did he spend all your campaign money if you want a black president? But I realized I'm that president of a small country. That ain't even no kind of money. But shit, if he could come up with 50 million in one day, there's no reason we got to be living how we living. You understand? There's no reason. Sorry, anybody else? Let's keep going on. All right. In fact, Salaki, skip me now. Let the young brother read it. All right. Go to History of Susanna. All right. Give me the History of Susanna. All right. And go down to. Okay, just for time's sake, you all could read this whole thing. I wanted to go through the story tonight, but we can get the time to. Now, Susanna, we'll just get a couple of verses. All right. Start at verse 1.
Count on what comes, sir. There dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim.
Joachim.
And he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelseas, a very fair woman, the one that feared the Lord. Her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses.
Right. So this sister here, Susanna, she was bad as could be. They say a very fair woman, meaning she was beautiful. Fair in the Bible or in Old Quaker English means pretty or good looking, not how Esau said with light skin. It doesn't mean that it became synonymous with light skin later on because of the Renaissance with Esau making everything white, pretty, and beautiful. So you got fair skin referring to them. Over time, it just became synonymous. When people say he fair skinned, it doesn't mean white, it just means pretty. That's why I say she was very fair to look upon. Right? She was also righteous. She knew the law, and her parents knew the law and raised her knowing the law, which is important. Why? Because to stop this shit with Diddy, you're gonna have to start to raise your kids.
Right.
You're gonna have to raise your children. Raise your children. There's a whole other account with Diddy, how some girl he was with at the time, she was supposed to be his artist or something. He and the girl fall out. He locked the girl in the house, wouldn't let her out, or some room or something, wouldn't let her out. The girl called her father. Her father come down there to confront Diddy about how he treated the daughter. The story is, according to her, is that Diddy told the father, we're going through a lot to make music. What do you want? You want your daughter safe, or you want her to be successful? And the father lets it go. Like, to stop this, you're gonna have to raise your children. You're gonna have to really raise them. Don't let them grow. You grow them. You get the point? You grow them. Go ahead.
Now, Joachim was a great rich man, and he had a fair garden joining unto his house, and to him resorted to him resorted the Jews, because he was more honorable than all the others.
Right? What does that mean? To him resorted the Jews. Who knows? Mike? No, sir.
Like, is it saying that the Jews went to him for things?
Like your last resort? Like they resorted to him, meaning when there was a problem, when there was something they needed, they went to him because he was so honorable. And he was way more honorable than anybody else. So they always went to him. They sought him out. Keep going.
The same year were appointed 2 of the ancients of the people to be judges, as the Lord spake of. That wickedness came from Babylon, from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. These kept much at Joachim's house, and all that had any suits and laws came unto them.
Right. So these priests, they was always at his house, right? They're these judges, right? They were always at his house, and a lot of people came there, but they were wicked ass niggas, right? And then they brought the wickedness from Babylon in there, right? The ways of Babylon, right? Go ahead and give me verse 7.
Now, when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk.
Go ahead.
And 2 elders saw her going in every day.
Go ahead.
And walking. So that their lust was inflamed toward her. And they perverted their own mind.
Right. So they see her walking every day. Hey, any sister, you know what I mean? Once the people leave, she want to go free her mind. She want to walk in the garden among nature and watch the flowers and, you know, watch the birds, watch the grass, smell the grass, just to cool her mind off. She want to go there. And they're watching her going every day and lusting after her. I don't think I use this now. They're lusting after her. And they pervert in their minds what they wanted to do with her. Meaning they started, that's why Christ said, if you think on a married woman in your mind, you already sinned. Because the next step is to figure out how you could get with her. So they lusted after her, brother. And one day she went in there to bathe somewhere in some pool. I'm going to skip you all ahead because of time. You could read the whole thing. It's just one chapter. She went in there to bathe, brother, and they looked upon her. And they sought to themselves to have sex with this girl. They wanted to have a threesome with this woman. And they approached her. They approached her after looking at her when she went to bathe. And they told her, listen, we want to have sex with you, and you better have sex with us because we are priests in Israel or judges or whatever it is. They have some high rank. And she refused. Then she said, they told her, listen, if you refuse, we will tell everybody that you had some young boy in here committing adultery with your husband, against your husband. And of course, who will people believe? Will people believe you or us? Because we judges. Right? So now, hold on. Read verse 20.
Behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee.
Nasty niggas.
Therefore consent unto us and lie with us.
Right? They said the garden doors are shut, and there's that we again. They full of demons, or you and you gay nigga. You and a nigga going to go in the same woman. You and him enjoy each other too much.
That's right.
A little too much, nigga. Them Diddy parties, man. You gotta tell Diddy no. You gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. Right. She about to tell them niggas no. Go ahead, Al.
It's like my mate.
Go ahead.
I was around some homies yesterday, and they started to twist up, and I brought out how y'all taught me when it comes down to, when they rolling the blunt, they licking all on it, and I just started saying that to them. And when I tell you, everybody face dropped. Everybody.
They just realized, right?
Yeah. He about to lick all on it. Watch. And y'all about to smoke it. And then somebody gonna wet the blunt, and you gonna still smoke it. You know what I mean? And man, they was like, go ahead with that, man. Go ahead with that.
Yeah,
They still smoke.
listen, yeah, well, now they know. Now they know they're part of the LGBTQ community.
That's right.
Now they know. They didn't know before. They didn't know before. They thought this was just a pastime. Now they realize, brother, you should ask him how his spit tastes. That's what you should ask him. Say, how that man spit tastes. Did it taste good? It was good? Was it wet?
That's right.
I would advise you to not and stay away from them men, because you will F them men high up and they're all gonna fall on you. They're gonna try to fall on you over spit. Over spit in you might as well just spit in the nigga mouth. You know what I mean? You exchanging bodily fluids. Go ahead, warrior. You should ask them if they wouldn't want to put some baby oil on that blunt. Make that shit go smooth. Put some oil on that blunt, it burn faster.
Go ahead. Saying so heavy because something like that they may see it as nothing, but unintentionally they're grooming themselves for something worse.
Something for Diddy.
Oh, God.
Grooming yourself for that Diddy act. Yeah, I mean, keep reading on. Please, real quick. I don't want to stay too long. Go ahead.
If that not, I'm sorry, Salaki, sir.
Verse where we at? 21, right? Go ahead.
If thou will not, we will bear witness against thee.
Go ahead.
That a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away thy maids from thee. Then Susanna signed and said, I am straitened on every side.
Right. So now they come to her with this. She said, listen, man, if you don't tell us, if you don't open out, if you don't skin that thing out for us, we're gonna tell everybody we caught you in here with a young man. You know what I mean? Everybody gone and you committing adultery and they're gonna destroy your reputation. And Susanna sighed. She's like, boy, shit is bad. I'm straightened on any side. Straightened is like you're in a bind, like a straight jacket. Like how a straight jacket bind you up. Like she's straight on every side. She can't run from one because she go on one side is the other's two. It's like she ain't got nowhere to turn. Go ahead. Go ahead, Art. 22.
Then Susanna signed and said, I am straightened on every side.
Go ahead.
For if I do this thing, it is death unto me. And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hand.
Right. She caught between the rock and the hard place. Because if she do it, she know the Lord gonna kill her for doing it. And if she do it not, now she had to fall into their hands with all the lies. And who knows how the hell that shit could go. Go ahead.
It is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of the Lord.
That's one thing. That's the lesson number one. For all you sisters out there who might be in a compromising situation, it's better to fall into the hands of them, whoever it is, than to sin against the Lord. What does that mean? You give in? No, you don't give in. You don't give in. That's what it means to fall into their hands. She didn't want to give in to them. She rather, face them than face the Lord's judgment. Giving in to them would face the Lord's judgment. In a situation like this, you make things bad for you and them, and you go to war. You get the point? Go ahead, Shapat.
Sir, a precept where don't fear him who could kill the body, but fear him who could kill the soul and the body
in hell. Exactly. Go ahead.
With that, Susanna cried with a loud voice, and the two elders cried out against her.
Right. So with that, she told them, she's like, listen, I ain't sleeping with none of you nasty ass niggas. Sound like one of them sisters who would stand up against this sister. She sound like she a UPK sister, and them two niggas sound like them purple Solomonites, boy. They're the type that would do some old slimy old shit like that.
That's right.
Just old slimy, frame you up, corner you, because they ain't got no game. So they got to corner somebody and do some nasty shit. Like, I guarantee you they're doing it. I guarantee you they're doing this and that. So as soon as she tell them, nah, I'm standing with the Lord, I'd rather deal with the Lord than with y'all, she cried out, and they immediately cry out right after. So it's a matter now who calling first, right? So after this now, they had a whole council, because people come running, the guards come running, they give their story, and of course, they judges. She's a man's wife. Now we had to try the case. Now it's a council. And for a sister especially if this is not true. It's supposed to be shameful either way. But if this is not, if she's innocent, even though she's innocent, it's still something she don't want to go through because of the allegation. The allegation, like for brothers, it would be the equivalent of somebody calling you a child molester. You get the point? And so there's some things that just don't leave you if you called it, even if it's not true. So it's the whole shame of it. And she would say, I'd rather go through all of that than face the Lord. So they had a whole council with it. And in this thing here, you would see where they split the two of them up and they got one account and got the other account and was able to establish it. Because why? Them judges gave their account and the council heard it and they was damn near siding with the judges. And then one young brother called Daniel, this is where the prophet Daniel got his start. Daniel got up and said, I wash my hands of this because something like this in Israel should not be done. This ain't right. And he spoke up in the council, which is what happens in a council, which is why the council of the Lord is not for a coward. Right. It demands some sort of courage because of the repercussions that could come. And you had to know that if this is right and you standing with the Lord, as long as you think this is right, you should say what you have to say in the council. And it's either Yala or Khan or say some more. What's going on? Or some more say sometimes it happens. Sometimes my sister with a nice old timid voice come in and say, Salakia, sir, can I say this? And start to knit the whole thing together. Right. Shit that just wasn't making sense. She just run the whole sewing machine and stitch the whole thing together. And everybody understand what the hell happening now. Go ahead.
It's like, if I could, something similar to this happened, during last year's Passover Council, where the general was like, no, we're not doing this.
Salakia. Moving on. Salakia. Because you just trying to derail me tonight. Huh? I get you. That is an example for everybody. Huh? Go ahead. Salakia. Come on.
What's the precept, if I may, whereas if a woman is accused of adultery and she clean up and then they take the rag and pour it into one glass and she drink it.
Mm-hmm. You can look it up. It's look up sweep up the dust of the temple. Look up the sweep up the dust of the temple. You could find it. No, that's what the priests do. Don't go make nobody do that in a Shabbat. It's in the Bible, bitch. Drink. Gulp, yes, all of it. You get the point. Don't do it. Salaki. Go ahead. No sweat. Where we at? Right. Oh, Salaki. So now Daniela, he stands up. Just say it where it is.
Matthew 10 and 14.
No, I think it's somewhere before. It's somewhere in the Old Testament. I know what he's talking about. Dust of the is it in Matthew? Sweep up the dust of the temple. I think it's in Deuteronomy or Leviticus or something. No sweat. That's what you want. All right. So now Daniela get up, split the two of them up. They go, get his story from one, get his story from the other. And because of what he did, they was able to find out that them priest was lying, and they put them to death because of what they was trying to do. All right. Now, give me verse 52. This here is for Diddy because of everything he done did and escaped justice and then violated people so much. People who didn't have power, people who didn't understand the Lord. The Lord is a refuge, is a safe place. The Lord is a defender if you would stand with him. And that's most of the problems we have as a nation, where we can't go seek justice because we dripping in, folly. Right. We dripping in something that we know stinks. But this is the good thing about it. You could turn from that any day. You could turn from that lifestyle any day, from whatever you're into, as long as you don't go back. Now, if you turn Monday and you go back Tuesday, then you deal with whatever comes your way. But sometimes, brother, Satan, like the scripture in Revelations 12, it says, now that thy accuser has fallen. Your accuser is Satan, and Satan is reminding us daily that we ain't shit and we ain't never gonna be nothing, and you still this and you still that, when the Lord trying to free you from them demons out. He's trying to free you from that shit so you could stand up and rule and bring judgment, which is why that question you asked earlier. You're gonna have fake Israelites that are gonna come and say what? You can't rejoice in your brother's demise. And yeah, he did this, but he's still our brother. That's your brother, nigga. My brother's on the corner with me.
That's right.
My brother's in Hebrew Academy with me. I don't know about who the hell is that shit. That's your brother, nigga. That's probably going on in there with y'all. Them GMS niggas used to talk on the damn corner about sharing prostitutes. Buying prostitutes all weekend long. They in some room and one of them, and he was in there and one of them told him, shh, don't talk about that. I got the tape if y'all think I'm lying. I ain't lying. I got the backup. I got the backup for the backup. I got the witnesses too. You know what I mean? They into that type of shit. So of course that will be your brother. That ain't mine. That ain't mine. My brothers ain't doing no shit like that. I can tell you that flat out. They ain't doing nothing like that. So of course, this is Diddy here. Give me verse 52.
So when they were put asunder one from another, he called one of them and said unto him, O thou that art waxing old in wickedness.
O thou that are what?
That are waxing old in wickedness.
Get me that picture with Diddy with them gray hairs. There ain't nothing wrong with gray hairs if the gray comes from serving the Lord. Right. But you could get weary from serving Satan too. And Diddy, you about tired as they come, boy. Your black is cracking. I can tell you that much. They say black don't crack, not Diddy. Not Diddy. Yeah, he get charged with that shit. They took the revolt off of him, brother. He stopped whatever was going on with him. I don't know. But boy, he came in there and he was looking rough. Oh, thou that are what?
That are waxing old in wickedness.
Uh-huh.
Now thy sins.
No, really like that. No, go ahead.
Now thy sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to light.
That's what's going on with Diddy right now. This is really nothing new. What's going on with him? This is really nothing new. Rich men have always done that. Give me diverse lust to a warrior in Timothy. Give me diverse lust, and we're gonna close with that one. This has been going on a long time, and now this is Diddy's just another installment of who have waxen old in wickedness. You know what waxen old is? Imagine like you waxing a car, waxing the floor. You rubbing that thing in, coating, putting it, and you're sweating trying to get that thing shined. You get the point? And rubbing that thing in and compounding it. That's what he's doing over time with all that sin and lust he into. You understand what I'm saying? He's waxing old. He's now polished and shined up in his wickedness. Like there's no way he could turn on no side. Everybody got something to say. Mace got something to say. Craig Mack got something to say. Mary J. Blige them got something to say. That Danity Kane. Everybody he ever worked with, they got something to say. Cassie got something to say. Everybody else coming out with something to say. Because he done built a whole reputation, a legacy on this evil he been doing. He done built it, and now is all his sins that he committed aforetime that he never wanted to leave, never wanted to give up. He done seen the school, he done seen the UPK, he seen Commander General Yahanna, I guarantee you. He done seen it, and he's, nah, I ain't gonna never get caught. I'm Diddy. That's right. I'm Diddy, and that's that. No, Diddy, your money can't even save you now. Go ahead.
Salaka, sir. Let me start at verse 1. I'm gonna read through it.
Okay, how much verses is it?
It's about 9 verses.
5?
9.
Nah, we can't get the whole 9 though. It's good. I get you. Where we at? Timothy?
2 Timothy chapter 3.
Okay, hold on. I think I just want, and then my next needs 7. The whole thing is good. No. Where you was reading from, a warrior? Where you was gonna start?
Well, 1 through 6 will be 12. So.
No, I don't think this is what I want to know.
It is. It's 6, sir.
Nah. Read 6.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 6. For this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive.
No, that's not what I want. Give me 1 Timothy 6 and 9. Not that one. That one is good. But give me 6 and 9. This is for Diddy. The sisters, listen, the sisters gonna get knocked another night out. Because you halfway culpable in this shit here. Because as far as I'm concerned, y'all ain't pull up no fight. Unless somebody say he put a gun to my head and forced me to take drugs.
Right.
You went in there, you wanted the limelight, you wanted to be a star, you wanted to be part of the whole goddamn thing, and that's what you get. But tonight, you don't worry about it. We had to deal with him. All right? Give me 1 Timothy 6 and 9.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare.
Say it one more time.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. And that's why, brother, count poverty as a blessing. Now, you see that struggle? That struggle that we all go through? Listen now. Enjoy figuring out how them bills get paid. It's like a good science to me these days. I go in there, I go type up, open up the computer. Okay, with this due here, this due there. Gonna get them 50, get them 60. Them niggas gonna wait. You know, F them, they punks. They ain't gonna wait. They gonna call and ask for the money. Well, when can you make a payment, head ass? Never, nigga. You get the point? Enjoy that shit out. Because that's what free people do. We free and we rocking. He got $50 million and won't nobody take a penny. Imagine that. You got $5, 50, maybe 500, and people will take your money. They'll gladly take it. They'll take every penny. He got 50 million and they don't want it. I like my problems, nigga. I like my old poor broke Nick. What Glow says 7 o'clock Friday, and I know broke nigga something. Good. Read on, Hawk.
And into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
That's for the rich, Hawk. That's for the rich. And listen, this sidebar, I know that young brother just died, that rich homie Quan. But I know when he was poor, he was nowhere close to what he died overdose on drugs or something. OD. Yeah, when he was poor, when he was a struggling artist, he couldn't afford to overdose because he was grinding. Sometimes the Lord don't need you to be rich. Sometimes the Lord blocking your blessing, Christian. I'm talking about you blocking my blessing. The Lord wants you broke because you will destroy yourself if you're rich. You ain't paying tax broke, so I know when you get that million, shit, you ain't cutting 100,000. You're gonna be like, them niggas don't need 100,000. Come on now. You're gonna start to rationalize the tithes, and now you're in a casket. You're in $100,000 casket. I mean, this is not a stab at with Romy Corn. I'm just saying it for everybody to understand. Right. Get it? But I like I like all his shit when he just came out before he started doing the other shit. Get it, boy? Come on.
I like everything before he did the Romy Corn dance.
Yeah, boy, slack here. Yeah, I mean, even the song was fly though. That was my nigga. We keep reading now.
Which drown men in destruction and perdition.
Which drown men in destruction and perdition. And right now, Diddy is drowning out. Diddy is drowning. You know, they took his kid's passport too. The first raid, they were sitting down in cuffs. This raid, they take their. I wonder why they take their passport. Them two sons he have as adults in her. Right. They Coombs too. Combs, whatever. Fuck. Combs, shit. Jail. Go ahead, Bukwash.
It's like I saw a post about Diddy getting arrested. And there was someone commented, it's like, arrest that son that looked just like him, just in case.
Listen, it's rough. But he was the one who said he gonna slap anybody who say no Diddy, right? Yeah, you gonna slap him with the baby oil or without the baby oil? Yeah, brother, don't play yourself, man. Nothing in this world is ever worth it. I'm trying to tell you, come up in this truth here and find a real purpose for your life. Find real protection. Find something that's actually real and tangible you could believe in, and fight and build, and you could see it being built. Right. Come and do this thing here, man. You could leave whatever life before. It don't matter how much people you rob. It don't matter if you killed some people. You sisters, you come up in here, you could change your life. It don't matter if you killed babies before. Who gives a damn what you did before? You didn't know no better. You didn't understand shit. Nobody ever taught you. Nobody ever sat and schooled you. But you got to look at the examples that are happening for the road you going down now. There's no way out from the streets, from the radio, from the music, from nothing. But you come into the Israelite school, you can find real purpose and real life, man. Time is short. You'll see what's going on over there in Hezbollah and all them places. Phones blowing up, pagers blowing up. Right now, brother, you want to clear. You some Muslim getting your trouble, pull your phone out. Pull your phone out and say, turn the ring on. Turn the ring and say, tell him, do you feel lucky? Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be bad for them. Go ahead, Bakwash.
Slayer, there's a quick question.
Come on.
It's from Fool to Wise. It says, Captain, is it unlawful to eat fat from lawful meats?
I feel like that's a trick question. Say it again.
Captain, is it unlawful to eat fat from lawful meats?
So it's a lawful animal. And you're asking me if it's lawful to eat the fat of it? Okay, it's lawful because the animal is lawful, right? That's what he's asking, just to be clear, because he tripping me up a little bit. It's lawful. It's fat is the oil, or cooking butter or something. Right. You get the point? It's like, I don't know what you're asking. I feel like he typed it in wrong. I feel like he was asking if it's lawful to eat the fat from an unlawful animal. That would make sense because of the cooking, the ingredients in certain cooking stuff. Go ahead, Warren.
So I came across this question before. The reason he's asking that question is because when you read when they did the sacrifices to the Lord, they burn up the fat. But those were sacrifices. It's not a meal that you're making for your family.
Well, okay, you burn the fat just like how you would burn the oil in the pot when you're frying something. It's like that. Don't look at it like you saying. You don't look at it like it's a separate thing, and the burning of it is because it's evil. Like this is all part of it. Remember, some of these offerings to the Lord, you was seasoning the shit first. You was not seasoning it, but you preparing it. You preparing fried chicken to be burned. You get the point? So if it is a lawful animal, the fat is part of the animal. You're not sinning by eating it or whatever. Now it mightn't be healthy. It depends on the person. It depends on your lifestyle, but it's not unlawful. You're not sinning. Now, whatever it is, whatever instruction about burning the animal with the fat, just follow that instruction for that part. We don't do sacrifices anymore anyway, so that shouldn't even matter. Christ was the last sacrifice. That's it for now until we in grace period now. This is until after the kingdom. You get the point? But if that's what you're asking, it's perfectly lawful. Don't listen to nobody telling you it's unlawful. All right. With that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shapat.
I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. New rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whichever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. Memorial of blowing of trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Wednesday, the 2nd of October, 2024. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. Also, we have the West Coast Southern Cali Cookout coming up, September the 26th through the 29th. And after that, we have the down south Houston Cookout, October the 31st through November the 3rd. Also, we have the Lord's annual 56th annual Passover coming up in Atlanta, Georgia on April the 12th, Saturday, April the 12th. Make sure that you get all your arrangements together, book your hotels, get your flight arrangements together, get those glorious garments and gowns together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. You got anything else you want to add, sir?
Now, pay your tithes. Pay your tithes. Get ready for Passover, as the brother said, April 12th. start getting your Passover fund together. From now, make your, put your budget in place. But above all, pay them tithes, brother. Go ahead.
Come. Remind Ackman Ackwathi to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K. events and materials. If a brother wants to be a troop in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black hairband or scarf. And with that, I say I might him, which means to stand. We'll give a courtesy salute to the teacher. In the rhythm of Madam Shabbat, might you, Barak, Yahanna, Shimmy al-Shabrak,
Yahanna, Shimmy al-Shabrak,
Yah Yamatah, Saw, which means to turn. Since we may stand, I might him. We'll give a courtesy salute to the sister, men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, might you, Barak, Yahanna, Shimmy al-Shabrak. Yah Yamatah, class dismissed.